Hello, everybody, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are back for what should be the last episode, possibly, of Island in the Sky. I think Jack's going to kill us. That's what he keeps saying anyway. At least me, which means I won't be here next Thursday. So, here to die is the abominable snowman. Kenny, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today? World was rocked. Speaking of rocking worlds and rocks in general, Little Red Dot, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
We're
How about now? Now they can hear everyone else.
Can you
Perfect.
hear?
Can they?
Oh man.
Can you hear us?
Good
Okay,
times.
we
They
can try
totally hear
again.
you.
Let's try
Perfect.
again.
So, with us today, Kenny, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
No, nobody cares. My brilliant intro previously has been ruined. It's lost to the annals of time and technological snafus. It's such a shame. But my name's Kenny Hill. You can find me on the internet as Kenny Hill, and I'm playing a very cold rogue.
Perfect. Speaking of rocking worlds, nope, wait, doesn't apply this time.
That doesn't work this time.
Damn
You can't
it.
do this time. Sorry, Mike.
Chelsea, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
I am Chelsea, also known as Little Red Dot online on the Twitches and the Twitters. Play a lot of tabletop RPG, and I'm here tonight to play some RPGs, and specifically this awesome game, which I am excited to be back playing the character of Tisla Onyx Fist. She has rocks where her knuckles should be.
That's
She pounds
true.
things with them.
That's true.
It's pretty much what she does. And she's never really been in the cold. So
We'll see how that goes.
the real question is, does frostbite take control of her rock knuckles? Does frostbite hurt the rocks? I don't
You got
know.
cold rock knuckles.
Cold rock knuckles. Oh, and she found ice for the first time last episode, which I'm sure we'll hear all about. But
That's true. That's true.
cold rocks. Those were the cold rocks.
Speaking of firsts and being glad to be back here, Speedy, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Hello, I'm Speedy. I'm Not So Speedruns everywhere online, and today I am playing as Wes, the adorable, wholesome paladin boy who is the only one who seems to have any amount of sense in this party, but is really trying his best to keep it together. And also, last session that he was here had to kill a man for the first time, and that was really traumatizing for him. So traumatizing that he missed out on the next episode.
And get severely drunk.
Yep, that happened.
That's not true.
That's not what he did.
It's canon, sorry.
Right.
That's what you think. That's what you think. The source of Speedy's...
remember.
It's true. It's typical signs of alcohol. The source of Speedy's strife and the person going to kill us today. Jack, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And tell us about Island in the Sky.
I am Jack, also go by Jacko Buddy on the internet. And like any good DM, I like causing alcoholism and killing off parties. Lots of fun. So there's that. I do D&D stuff and City of Mist stuff as well. Lots of tabletop RPGs, in fact. Normally, and I play on different channels throughout the week. And people can follow me on Twitter at Jacko Buddy. Man, promos are hard, man.
It's true.
And
You did it.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
I did, totally. Yeah, thanks.
And while you're nailing it, tell us about Reliant Games.
Ugh, sponsors. I'm gonna go pee.
Fine.
Fine. Okay, so yeah, Reliant Games is the company that I own. We do a lot of original tabletop content, and then we also produce podcasts for different channels. And we are sponsoring Island in the Sky, and we'll be turning it into a full podcast that'll be on like iTunes and all the other big podcasting platforms. So that's gonna be happening very soon here. I wanted to mess with that more this week than I was able to because I've been feeling under the weather for the past month, I swear. And but that's gonna come very soon with some announcements and stuff as soon as I get everything worked out with Mike. But keep your eyes out on social media and watching the show to find out when and where that's gonna be.
Sweet. Speaking of people under the weather, Kenny, I got this one this time. We are also sponsored by Kenny, who is one half of the creators of the Dice of Rolling, which is a complete set of polyhedral dice with optimized quantities and colors for 5th edition. You never have to worry about borrowing your friend's dice for that fireball. You just scoop up all those d6s and you roll those bad boys, and you total that up and you're good to go. Also, I think temporarily on pre-order is the miniatures. They have these beautiful wooden miniatures. It's like carrying an army of minis in your pocket. And with that, guys, oh yeah, one more thing. I launched a Patreon this week on like Tuesday or Monday. We're about to hit our first goal. So go jump in there, jump on our Patreon lives, and help us hit that goal. Our eventual goal is to be able to pay the fine people you see before you, to pay all the players and pay all the GMs for the entire month, every month, forever. So help us do that. That's pretty dope. And with that, Jack, take us away.
Will do. All right, so let's see. So last week, quick review. You guys went over to the Iron Nation, where you were headed after you were allowed through the pass by the bandits and were saved by the master. All that. That was 2 weeks ago. So you guys went over there, confronted Wilbur, Mortimer's kobold brother, who is an alchemist, and basically, how is it you put it? What did you do to him? I
whooshed him.
You whooshed him.
Oh,
In his entire shop, and smashed all of his things. Y'all did not sell him the magical guns. You then went and met Father Giles, who was a priest to the goddess, who said that you should meet with the old master, who you've already had one encounter with back in the mountain pass. So back you guys went back into the pass yet again, where you found yourself at the village of the people that call themselves the Exiles, led by your good friend Carlos, the very grumpy bandit man, who said, yeah, sure, I'll totally take you to go see this guy who might potentially help you save the world. But first you got to kill a giant ice worm for us. And that is where we're going to pick up this week. So you guys were given, like we said last week, like a little hut kind of towards the edge of the village where you could spend the night. You were like, they have a fire lit for you, some beds with some furs, probably for the blankets, things like that. So it's probably pretty difficult for you guys to fall asleep, but eventually all of you are able to. So as you do, I have a question for each of y'all. So I want to start with our good boy Human. So Human, what would Human dream about tonight whenever he goes to sleep?
Snacks and friendship.
Chasing rabbits.
Being a wolf.
So tell me a little bit about Human's dream. Like, set me a scene. Like, what would he be?
Man, Human is a simple boy. Human dreams of springtime, which is for Human the best time of the year because it's nice out at all times. All the animals are around. There's plenty of friends to make with all the animals. All the flowers are blooming. All the trees are doing tree stuff. And he likes all that. He likes all those things. So it would be just Human, just romping through the forest. You know, everyone loves a good romp, especially Human.
Exactly. Yeah, so
Human romping wolf.
Yeah.
Just romping away.
Yeah, you ever see like a big dumb Labrador who's just like, "Whoa, this is great." That's him, but as a wolf.
Yeah, very much so.
This is my favorite time of the year. Look at me.
Yeah, so Human, you're romping your way to these woods, and you're romping and you're romping and you're romping, and an interesting note kind of clicks somewhere in the recesses of Human's mind that, man, you've been romping for a long time in the same direction. I never had to stop, never had to turn around. And then as you're thinking this, you suddenly come to the edge of a cliff. But this cliff, like Human is used to, is not the edge of the island. Instead, it is a sheer cliff that drops to where you can then see water that stretches as far as your eyes can see in every direction. And where the water is beating the rocks, it's doing this thing that for some reason you know the name of. It's making waves as it crashes against the side of this cliff.
I wonder what this is. I want to go investigate.
Right as he says, I want to go investigate. Suddenly, the part of the cliff that you're standing on just completely breaks away from the cliff that you're on. And Yuman and the cliff tumble 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 feet and crash into the ocean, where you then sink almost like you're made of stone. And Yuman sinks and sinks into the darkness of this water. And as he's sinking and is kind of enveloped by the darkness and the water, you keep hearing this word or this number that's being repeated over and over again by some voice somewhere in the water. And she keeps saying 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. And then Yuman's going to wake up in the morning.
7.
All right. Next on our list, Alethea, what are you dreaming about tonight?
Alethea, I mean, if you can't tell from the dark circles under, this is probably the cleanest her face has ever been because it's been in the snow and the wet and the cold. But these dark eye bags are because she doesn't actually sleep. She just meditates, for 4 hours every night. Mm-hmm. So if she were meditating though and thinking about what she would focus on, more recently she'd probably be focusing on her new companions and how they stood up to her boss and like how her relationships are changing with them and kind of her personal progress. Mm-hmm. But in the back of her mind would still be the greater crises kind of overshadowing all of that.
Yeah, so maybe since she more meditates, maybe there's a memory that she remembers, something like working for her boss, or even before that. Is there maybe like a memory she would reflect on?
Probably working.
Okay. Yeah,
always working, forever working, looking to solve problems that are bigger than anybody could ever anticipate.
Definitely. Yeah, so you remember this day where you're solving problems and you're building things in this alchemy lab, and you go in this kind of vision, this trance you've kind of put yourself in, and you open the door to where the storage closet is. But whenever you do, instead of seeing the storage closet like should be in your memory, instead you see a strange laboratory in front of you with all these strange machines and equipment that you don't really recognize. There's glass surfaces on the wall, almost like mirrors that project images of different places. One of which you see is a forest. You see a mountain. You see a place that looks like it's deep below the water somewhere. You see a land like hills, but it's weird because these hills are made of sand. And you see all these different things reflected on these screens. And then on the far side of the room, you see the form of a woman bent over in a chair, kind of leaning over like a table or something like that, kind of sitting in her chair and leaned over.
I probably would just kind of poke around at the instruments, but also try not to make the lady mad.
Yeah, so you kind of go over and investigate a couple of these objects, just looking at them like, I've never seen tools like these. These are weird things. And trying to, in the back of your mind, wondering how you're making this vision because you're in a trance. You can't dream, but you've never seen these things. And as you study them, the woman suddenly snaps up and sits up in her chair and turns back and looks at you, and you glance over at her naturally. And this woman that you see looks kind of similar to you and kind of similar to your mother, but is neither one. And she starts just frantically muttering a word at you. And this word begins just echoing in your mind for some reason. She says, green, 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 green. And then you snap out of your trance at the end of your 4 hours. All right, Wesley, college boy, it's your turn. What are you dreaming about tonight?
Wes is dreaming about his brother. It's kind of a vague memory of being somewhere out in like a church courtyard, probably after a service, and playing a game with his brother, who's like 3 years older than him, just tossing a ball back and forth. Wes kind of doing so clumsily, half-heartedly, but enjoying it nonetheless.
Yeah, so you're throwing this ball back and forth, and then suddenly you go to catch it, and you kind of don't quite catch it right, and it bounces off your hand and kind of rolls down a hill. And your brother looks over at you and goes, Way to go, Wes. Why don't you go get the ball since you're the one that missed?
Fine. And I run down the hill after it.
Okay. Yeah, so you go running down this hill, and then you quickly realize the ball has slipped into like a hole in the side of this hill, like a cave almost. So in natural dreamness where you lose control of yourself, you suddenly find yourself going down this tunnel, looking for the ball, going deeper and deeper into the earth. And then suddenly you realize that it's dark all around you and you don't know where you are anymore. And you're also not a kid anymore. You're college boy Wesley.
17.
Who's 17 college boy, and you're kind of here in this darkness, and you begin to hear these sounds, these clicks, these movements all around you. And you suddenly look down on the ground, and by your feet, there is a flare and a lighter.
I pick up the lighter and I light the flare.
And as you do so, it whooshes and creates that, that red light that looms throughout the cave. And as you do so, the insect-like kind of monstrous forms of thousands of these insect creatures with red eyes loom back at you. And all of these bug things begin to chant at you a word. And they yell, "Charlie, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie." And then suddenly the whole world is consumed in a flash of fire. And then you wake up. And Tisla, you ready to have a good dream?
Probably not. Like, let's be real. Her world's kind of been rocked, so I assume she probably doesn't rest easy. Lots of unanswered questions. And it's cold. She doesn't know what that's like. So she sits shivering on the floor of this shack or whatever they've given us, and she dreams of a time alone inside the dwarven caverns, punching away at the rock. But there's that ever impending feeling of eyes on her as the other dwarves in the cave don't use their fist. They have to use pickaxes and tools. And they single her out, watching her work. It makes her nervous and uneasy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you punch away at this rock, and then suddenly you punch it, and in a unfortunately familiar feeling, your fist goes through the wall as there's empty space behind it. But this time you reveal a cave instead of the sky beyond. And looking through it, you see a long bridge that is stretched out over a body of water. And you see other people on this bridge, and you know that you have to cross this bridge. It's what you have to do, and you know this.
Okay. Is it a rope bridge? What kind of bridge is this?
It is a long stone bridge.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's very structural. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling better about that. Okay, then I crossed with purpose.
Okay. Yeah, you begin kind of pushing your way through this crowd that seems to be kind of in a panic until you get to where someone has set up almost kind of like a stone barricade across this bridge.
Okay.
And a lot of the people are stopped at this barricade. And then across kind of the empty part of the bridge beyond those, you see several men dressed as soldiers wielding crossbows. But you know you have to cross this bridge.
There's a barricade?
Yes.
Is it made of stone?
Mm-hmm.
I punch it hard.
You punch the barricade and it splits in half and you can keep going.
Yeah, I'll look to all the people. Come on. What are you waiting for?
And a man who looks over you, and because of this dream, he doesn't even have like a face. He just has like a hat and kind of a form. He kind of looks over and he says, "After you."
Okay. Tisla starts across the bridge with purpose once more.
All right, you begin crossing this bridge, kind of leading the crowd of people onward. And suddenly you hear a whistling sound, and a crossbow bolt embeds itself into the middle of your chest. And Tisla falls down, and a moment later is looking up at the form of a soldier wielding a crossbow. and he bends down and looks at you, and he says, "Eye of the air. Eye of the air." And that is air as in H-E-I-R, not A-I-R.
Oh, that's different.
Eye of the air. And then everything goes black, and then you wake up in the morning. And so
Yeah,
all of you having these exciting dreams wake up all around the same time.
Charlie!
What's it?
Oh.
Oh, it's cold.
How did you guys sleep? You guys okay?
I did not sleep good. Good sleep was not good. Good,
No?
not restful. Not great.
Oh.
Not
It's cold.
not good.
Somebody
Not
shot me.
I had
Somebody
better
shot you
nights.
in your sleep? Oh no. You look okay now though. That's good.
She's like, like shivering.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cold here. We're in the mountains.
It's awful.
It's okay. You get used to it after a while.
My mohawk will break off. Look.
Oh
It's
no.
the end of a piece and it just like snaps off. It's like so cold and ice.
Don't do that. That's your hair. How about the rest of you guys?
Dreams.
Yeah, I know.
Good dreams.
I like dreams too. You know that sometimes I can tell my dreams what to do?
You,
That happened last
you
night?
can tell your dreams what to do.
Yeah. You guys can't do that?
Well, what did you tell your dream to do last night?
Oh, I didn't. I just let it go wherever it was going. Sometimes I'm a bird, sometimes I'm a wolf. This time I was a wolf, and that was okay.
What else?
Oh, I was a wolf, and I was running, and it was the springtime, and it was warm, and there was bugs, and there was animals and flowers, and then I got to a cliff, and I could see all the way down to water. And then I fell in, and I was like, oh no, I'm falling. But any second now I'll turn into a bird. And then I didn't turn into a bird, and then I woke up.
Well, that's anticlimactic.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty good.
Tisla, you said you got shot?
By a soldier. I was leading the people across the bridge because we were supposed to cross bridges.
Okay.
And that's what I did. I led the people and then he shot me.
Were they by chance saying the name Charlie?
No, but he did say something weird about an eye of the air.
Like the air?
No, an air.
Okay.
No, like the child, the one that's the air.
Oh.
You're not gonna. I don't think he's gonna. It's like the kid, like the firstborn son
Yeah.
That's the one.
or
My dream
daughter.
said the number 7.
That's right.
Like a lot of times. It was weird.
Wait, you didn't say that. You just said there was no birds and you fell.
Yeah.
But
I
he
didn't-
said something. What did he say? Did you just repeat himself?
7. There was nothing there. It just said this. The voice said 7.
He said 7.
Mm-hmm.
Lithia?
Huh? What? What?
You're quiet.
I'm thinking because I'm thinking about my dream. It wasn't a dream. I don't dream. I don't. I meditate. And solve problems and problem solving. And I'm thinking I have this problem with green, and I'm thinking green, and you can use boric acid, and boric acid makes green flame, and you can use methyl alcohol to make the flame, and it's green, and that
Like copper.
So you dreamed about green too?
Yeah, I was in a lab, so I was thinking, okay, if I'm in a lab, then maybe I need to make green flame, and I know how to make green flame with the boric acid and the methyl alcohol, but I don't have that stuff here, and I need to remember green, but I don't know why that's important, and I saw some weird things and a woman was there, and she was the one who wanted the green. She wanted it, and I know I can make green flame, but I don't have that stuff here.
Okay, all right. So we each had a weird dreamy thing again, where where it's a little too connected. I really think we should start sleeping together in the same room together.
That sounds like a good idea.
Oh, our dreams keep crossing. So how we got in this pickle?
Well, actually, when we had a dream together, we were really far apart.
Oh, it's true. Maybe we should sleep closer.
I don't want to do that.
Okay, well, all right. So you had the number 7. You had the color green. You had Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie.
Who is Charlie?
I don't know. I don't think I know anyone named Charlie.
You don't know Charlie?
I know someone named Anne.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This
it's
is true.
Little girl.
Right. I'm going to remember her name because and then I had Eye of the Air. It doesn't make any sense. It's not like a sentence or as a riddle or something.
Well, I mean, no, we do know an air. Isn't
We do?
Well, yeah, because we learned about Anna being the heir, right?
Yeah.
Oh. They want her eye. That's what he was asking for.
I mean, I don't know if this has any significance.
Oh, that's right.
Are her eyes green?
Wes, we didn't tell you that. You were you were in a tavern, I think. You were sleepy when we found out. But remember Anne, the little girl?
Uh-huh.
Anne? That's the queen's daughter. Like the queen.
Yeah, that's true. We did find that out. We should probably share that with you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the wizard, the one that we're trying to get to, used to be a wizard. Like, a wizard in the tower that I couldn't get into.
Yeah, that's true too.
Wow.
And then he said he didn't want to be a wizard there anymore, and he said, I'm going to go away. And they were like, okay.
And he started to live here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry I wasn't myself for past couple of days.
That's okay.
How you feeling?
Honestly, still not great.
Oh, you want a hug?
Well, what is it?
I'm nice and warm.
Are you sick?
I hug human.
Oh, yeah. There you go,
sick,
buddy.
Human?
He doesn't feel sick.
Are you sad?
Are you sad?
It's I wasn't expecting to kill that man.
I see. Well,
I don't want to do that again.
Well, you don't have to. I'll kill him. Human will kill him. Right, Human?
I'll bop him on the head, or I'll give him a whoosh.
Well, even if it means... Well, maybe I shouldn't kill nobody. I seem to be in the don't killing people's club.
Sometimes stuff needs to get killed, but sometimes it doesn't.
I would agree with that, but I feel like people's attacking us is a good reason to kill something.
Yeah, but sometimes when you're in a pack and something comes over, maybe it just has a reason to come over and doesn't actually want to kill you. It just wants to, like, have some of your food or get some of your warmth, and it doesn't know how to ask. So sometimes you gotta either let it in or scare it away. And then it goes away and knows, don't come here, friend.
And if it comes back, is it yours forever?
Well, if it comes back, it can be yours, I guess, if you want to be real nice to it. It depends.
Look, Human. Okay. You know what? I don't know if it's going to make a right bit of difference if I say this, but I'm going to tell you anyways. I remember the first time I went hunting in the caves and had to go kill something. And I smashed it with my bare fists, and I had chunks of brain knocked inside my rocks for weeks. I cried about it. I felt so bad. But my father told me that this creature, you see, if we had not killed it, would have in fact potentially burrowed through, collapsed in the cave, and killing lots and lots of dwarves. Sometimes the life of one person means the lives of a lots of others.
I know that. I do.
You kept us safe.
And it's not like I don't have a problem with killing creatures, you know. I mean, I killed spiders in that dream, or I tried.
Right.
That's fine. I mean, scary, but fine. But it just goes against everything that I've been taught by the goddess to have to kill other people. And I know that's in paladin training, it's something they teach you, that there may come a time when you have to take the life of another person. And I knew that that might come someday. I just didn't think it would be so soon.
Sometimes you can't plan for things. Really, you can't plan for anything. Do you think I was ready to punch through the side of the island? The most amazing things happen to us, and they change us, and they shape us. And I have a feeling between that and the drinks you didn't have, that you may just be on the cusp of something. Tisla walks over and hugs you in her little short, stout way, and she says, "Everybody deserves a hug, and now you've had 2 today. So cheer up, friend."
That's twice the hugs that I got.
Well, get over here, you big...
Oh, look at you like little. You're so tiny.
And you too, come on. Get in here. And I look right at, come on, it's warmer with the group.
You look so cold.
Come.
Oh, yeah.
We have a group hug.
This is like the best part of a huddle. It's like it's like a super huddle.
Super best friends hugs.
This is a huggle. This is even better.
Congratulations.
Worm dead.
That's it. You win.
By the power of our hugs.
You saved the world. We brought magic back.
Oh,
We hugged
man.
magic back to existence. This is the best.
It was love the whole time.
Whew.
Yeah, suddenly as y'all are group hugging, there's just a loud pound on y'all's door, just like a.
Oh,
Oh. Hello?
well, who is it?
Carvos.
Oh,
We were just getting ready, Carvos. We were having a team meeting to deal with this worm situation. We're just about ready to head out and help you with this problem. We were just making sure everybody was on the same page.
Whatever. Just meet me on the edge of the village before you go.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, absolutely.
Wait,
Which edge of the village
wait
exactly?
a minute. Our hut's on the edge of the village.
At least one of you's got a brain.
It was me.
really? He's got the... Are we ready?
You just want to come in? We're already here, and you're already there.
He is not there anymore.
Oh no.
You open the door and he's gone.
He's fast.
Close the door. It's cold.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't like the person. Okay. Well, we've had dreams and sleeps and meditations. How are we stocked for like warm clothing and food?
He gave you like warm clothing and things like that. You could probably guess this by why he wants to meet with you.
Okay. Well, it's no time like now.
Okay. I'm ready when you guys are.
No time like snow time.
I'm gonna make a friend with a worm.
Oh. Ah.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun.
So we're going. We're leaving,
Right.
and taking all of our stuff, and we are prepared, and we go meet Carvos.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, y'all go meet him on the edge of the village, and you see he's got like some kind of like really big packs with him. You're like, all right, so the worm lives yonder there, north of the village. You see that tall mountain there with a big point?
Yes. The tall one right there in the middle there?
Yes.
Like the mountain?
We think his nest is somewhere up on the top of that mountain.
Somewhere.
All the way.
Yes.
All right.
So, we've included enough provisions for 3 days, which should be more than enough, and climbing gear for all of you.
3 days.
Well, it should only take you a day to get up there. I mean, if you're tough.
I'm tough. There's no questions here about this and the team being tough. We were not
Right
hugging
then.
behind closed doors.
Well, that's the case. I could just give you 2 days.
No, 3 days is plenty. What is this thing?
We don't honestly know much about it. We've never really seen it except for maybe some like silhouettes at night, things like that. But it's a very large worm-like creature that leaves long tracks not far from the village. It's very, very, very big.
Yeah, that's important because we are kind of what would be the appropriate word to use here? Short on time. So easily tracking this thing. It sounds like we can track it. We can take care of it and be back before you know it. And then you will uphold your end of the bargain and show us to the old man. And this sounds great. It sounds like we've got a plan.
Excellent. And I will uphold my end of the bargain. I am a man of my word, if nothing else.
Great.
Right. Last question. How does one trap such a creature?
I don't really know. It's the size of a small mountain, so good luck.
I'm sorry, wait a second. It's the size of a mountain?
Well, maybe not that. Maybe a hill.
A
It's big.
hill?
What part of the word giant made you think it wasn't big?
I'm not
She
sure.
did say giant.
I just didn't think it was... I thought things that lived on the surface might be smaller than the things that potentially live under the ground, but I guess I was wrong.
No.
Well, there's much more room up here.
Mm-hmm.
See.
Well, if I know anything about worms, it's that they burrow, so I would start by looking for a large cave.
Oh, I see. It's a cave dweller now, is it?
I get the feeling you know a thing or two about caves.
I get the feeling I do. All right. 3 days. 3 days and we'll bring you your worm.
I'll bring you part of it. I wouldn't bring the whole thing.
Well, why not?
Probably can't carry it.
Oh.
Oh.
Can we
What
just
if it
roll it
carries us?
down the mountain? Oh.
You could. Might cause an avalanche. Might be fun.
Can you do that? What you just said, Wes?
What?
I heard that. I heard what you said. You said, or if we ride it. Can we do that?
That was a joke. I know I'm not
Oh.
that good at jokes, but I
don't understand surface jokes.
We could ride it.
Can we? Human, can we ride
If
it?
it says yes. You can do anything if someone says yes.
We'll figure it out when we find the worm. We will figure out the proper way to dispatch the worm.
Yeah, I'll just ask it real nicely.
Whatever. Good luck.
Do we have okay? Well, I only have a bird down, and I've never climbed a mountain.
It's just like walking, except you do it up. You'll be fine.
not all of us can walk up walls, human.
You can walk up walls.
Yeah. And
I
I
just-
can turn invisible.
What?
And I can talk to the air and the flowers and the bugs and the birds. Yeah.
I guess.
And I can look like you. That's a fun trick. I can look like anybody. Yeah.
Okay. Well, while we're having this conversation, are we walking?
I'm assuming.
Okay, good.
You want to see?
Yeah, so paint me a scene. It probably takes you about half a day of just trudging through the snow to get to the base of this mountain. It's not too far from the village. So, like, what would this scene look like as you guys push your way towards the mountain?
So everyone here is short, right? Like, Wes, how tall are you?
He said he was 5'7".
5'7". Okay.
Did I say that?
Go on,
Yep,
she's a
you
Sounds
number.
didn't
right.
notice.
So as a short person, that's short. And Kenny, your Alithia is abnormally short for a yeah.
5'5" as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tisla is a dwarf, so she is short. So I imagine it's almost 8 foot tall freaking human is just making holes in the snow where they just kind of jump in like kids. Like when you're a kid, you follow dad's footprints. That's all I can think of.
I imagine.
We have snowshoes, which
Yeah.
would make it slightly easier.
That's true. We could have that.
I think everyone but human has snowshoes. But Wes is kind of sinking in the snow because he's wearing heavy armor.
Oh,
I'm punching like the snow. I'm like, and trying to like get it out of the way.
Imagine how cold the metal of your armor is.
It's very cold. I'm wearing clothes under the armor. It's not touching my skin, or it would literally like freeze my skin immediately.
Yep. Cool, yeah, so we get this kind of scene of human just trudging along. He's now romping through the snow instead of the forest. And everyone else just kind of stepping through his footprints. And you guys reach the base of the mountain, and now you need to climb a mountain. Okay, so same thing. Why don't you kind of give me like a scene? What would it look like with this kind of party trying to climb up a mountain?
so climbing. Alethea and her, having to kind of scrounge and survive in the Iron Nation. She has gotten really good at climbing, because like there's these vertical slums in the Iron Nation. Kind of everything's built on top of each other, and sometimes instead of going around scaffolding the traditional way, it's just faster to climb straight up. So I actually have second story work as part of my rogue archetype, and so I'm gonna kind of scramble up first and like put in, what are those things called?
Titans.
Plans.
Titans.
Titans.
That's the word I'm looking for, because I'm a master climber, so I obviously would know that word. And I'm going to like climb and anchor those in to help everybody ascend more quickly.
Okay. Yeah, so you're kind of like going up, putting it like, nailing this in and then dropping the rope. And then they're kind of using that to climb up.
In the traditional way in which climbers would do such things.
Yes, absolutely. With absolute expertise, as we discussed that.
Mhm.
So how are the rest of you guys handling that? So she's going up and kind of dropping these ropes. So how's everyone else handling getting up the mountain?
Oh, it's kind of rough.
So we just climb the rope.
Yeah, it should hold.
Is this like a sheer cliff face?
A lot of it is, yeah.
Okay.
I thought we was gonna walk up it.
How tall is it? Like how high is this thing?
I am not good at measurements, but it is it's a medium-sized mountain. It's a mountain.
Okay. You're not talking like, okay, not like the Himalayas.
Yeah,
Or
so
anything.
you're
Just
kind of
take a
on the
bunch of
base of it.
switchbacks and
Yeah. Okay, all
Mhm.
right. Okay, I can do this. I'm not afraid of heights. I am not afraid of heights.
You guys got this. And then
What do I roll?
Human walks up to the mountain, and he looks up, and he looks down, okay, ready, and he turns into a mountain goat. And he looks back.
Humans and go!
Boop, boop, and he's just jumping from rock to rock.
that makes sense.
That is awesome.
It's also
Okay.
just not fair.
Okay,
Me trying to drag my chainmail up this rope.
it's gonna be fine.
Mhm.
Can you do this? I turn around, look. I'm like, can you climb this?
Yeah.
Do you want to tie yourself to me?
Yes. Also, yes.
She kind of whispers it so the other two don't hear her. She's like, you can tie yourself to me. Nobody's got to know.
What's taking so long down there?
Just getting up to courage. Like tie like a smaller rope around my waist to him. I'll go first, and then you go, and then if you tumble,
We both die?
where's a Tisla? No. she says, and she's like, all right, ready? And she's gonna start, I guess, climbing this rope.
Alrighty. So what I need is from Alethea and Tisla, I need athletics checks with advantage. Alethea, because she has her second story, and then because she dropped the rope, you have advantage. Wes, I just need a straight up athletics because you have advantage from the rope, but disadvantage because you're wearing a bunch of heavy armor trying to climb the mountain.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, good thing I rolled 25.
Well, let's see. So your advantage actually be the 12, which is better than the 7 and 5. That's the good news. Okay. Yeah, so Alethea, you make it up pretty well. You probably get kind of winded because you're used to climbing like a 2-story building or something. Like, oh, wait, this is a mountain. So you probably get kind of winded on the way up.
The atmosphere is also very thin, probably.
Yeah. Meanwhile, our dwarf is like, I've climbed the inside of a cave. What's the difference? Rocks.
Can I carry the little one?
Yeah, so we're about to get to that. So Wes, you get a little ways up, and then you're in like this heavy armor on. You put your foot into one of the footrests or footholds, and your foot suddenly breaks free, and you do begin dropping. So I need our monk first to make us a strength save. That is plenty good enough with a 23. Yeah, so he starts kind of falling, and you just like grab the rope and like hold him up, and he's kind of just hanging in the air from that rope.
It's okay. This was the plan. It's fine. It's okay.
Why didn't you tell me about this part of the plan?
It was a contingency plan. Can I climb? How do I need to help him, like, finish the process, I guess?
Yeah, he probably had to kind of work his way back up the rope and eventually get a handhold, and you guys are able to climb this mountain. And as you're near the top, as you've been out probably about a day and it's starting to get kind of darker, you actually see the entrance of a very large cave on top of the mountain, very conveniently.
Well, that's a large cave. You think that's his hidey hole?
I think it's probably warmer than it is right here.
That's true.
I don't know. Would you say that it's a large cave, or would you say that it's a giant cave? Because
Did you say that in goat?
Yes. And you see him like, we're looking for a giant cave.
I don't. Do you speak goat? Anybody speak? Okay. Well, how does one approach a word?
Cautiously, and might I suggest instead of going for the straight on approach, we kind of skirt around to the side and just sort of peek in and maybe see what we see. Because I've got some pretty acute vision. I don't even know if that's the word I'm looking for.
Oh yes.
Okay. I don't wear a skirt.
Is the billy goat coming?
Are you like just half transformed back into
No,
human? You still,
no, he's just.
like,
those are my horns, Kenny. God, I'm just a regular goat. These are imagination.
No, he just thinks he's a goat. He's just doing this with his hands.
That's how he transforms back out, though. He's like,
yes, with his hands.
Don't give away the big reveal that human never once wild shaped, and he actually just always thinks he's an animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been playing along the whole time.
Yeah, sure, you're a monkey.
He just this, and he like
course you
jumps
are,
up
human.
the cliff. Like, it's so weird that he could just jump up the cliff like that, though.
Oh my god.
I'm going to use divine sense
Right.
That's
to see if there's any like fiend or undead around here.
There is not.
Okay, cool.
That's
Or celestial, for that
or
matter.
celestials. Just okay.
Oh, in that case, no, okay.
Damn it.
worth checking.
Always a good idea.
So what now?
I forgot I was a goat, guys. I'm back.
Oh.
It's okay. Sometimes I stay there for a while and then I forget. You guys can't talk to animals. Oh, well.
I cannot speak goat. I tried once.
Yeah. I guess we should probably try to remind you more next
Yeah,
time.
just let me know. I was trying to say, is it a giant cave or just a large cave? Because we're looking for a giant worm.
So does a large worm sit in the upper one?
What?
What? Well, you said if this is just a large cave and there's a giant's cave, does that mean there's 2 of them?
Maybe.
That seems logical.
I think this is a big enough cave for our worm.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what a worm is between just us here.
Oh, have you seen a snake?
No. What's a snake?
What about like a grub?
You mean like an earthworm?
Yeah, like a worm.
Yeah.
But with
Yeah,
but
an
different.
earthworm is a
Stop
worm.
it! Even a big one's just a
No,
bloody
it's like
fucking
It's
worm.
a big one.
So worms are really small, but like when you make them really big, their mouths are actually like super terrifying.
So you know how
I read in a book once.
you know how if you have an earthworm and it burrows through the ground and that's how they get into your caves?
Yes.
He points to the cave.
It made that hole.
Yeah, you got it.
I peek inside the cave.
Roll me a perception check.
God, Kenny, why don't you just progress the story?
I imagine she would be. She'd be like, these guys.
These idiots.
Oh, hey, nice.
You see a kind of long kind of entryway that moves down into the mountain. And then at the end of there, you can't really see what's beyond because it's kind of past the edge of your sight, but you see what actually appears to be some flickering light from inside, like flickering torchlight.
Tisla, you know caves, right? Sorry, Tisla.
Yes.
I think somebody's here.
There's a worm here.
No, there's like a torch or something lit inside the cave, way down there.
There's a person.
Maybe.
Maybe this isn't our cave.
I mean, unless it's a survivor of somebody from the previous party, because Wes might have missed that. They may have lost some people previously already.
Paisley goes over to the edge and starts like running her hands up the wall, like feeling around. Can I do some kind of check against the, like, what kind of burrowing happened here? Does it look like it was a worm? Does it look more man-made?
Yeah. What kind of check do you think would be good for that?
I was about to say, I know that I get the stone cutting. What do they say? They consider that a history check for dwarves.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I think you have like advantage on it, right? Since you're
Which is good because I only rolled 12.
pretty much.
Wait, and add double your proficiency bonus to the check. So instead of your normal proficiency, so I don't think I put add another 2 to that, so 14.
Okay, cool. So when you inspect kind of the edge of this rock, the first thing you realize is that this isn't even really rock. Most of it is ice, with kind of some rock mixed in. But it's almost like the whole top of this mountain is just like a big chunk of ice. You do notice signs of wear on the edge of the cave, but not necessarily as much as you would expect from like a worm forcing its way through.
I see. Okay.
Now maybe it's wider than the worm, so maybe it just kind of bumps the edges sometimes, but it's definitely didn't just like burrow right into this recently and like cut a big groove or something.
I like you guys watching. She like licks it to make sure it's stone or ice, or like trying to figure it out, and she says, I don't think the worm made this hole. No.
Sorry, your tongue is stuck to the thing. I can't understand what you're saying.
I'm saying, and she like plugs on. She's like, no, this is not. I don't think this is the worm's hole.
What kind of hole do you think it is?
It's somebody else's hole.
Oh. Maybe we should ask them where the worm is.
No, I don't think that is a wise idea. We don't know.
Remember the flying buggers came out the mountains
I
last night?
know, that was exciting.
It was so. They almost ate our faces.
No, they didn't. They were just flying around.
Was it? I don't think this is the worm's cave. I think if we go in this cave, we may find trouble, but it won't be the worm kind.
Okay.
Women, do you want trouble? What if it's flying goblins and such?
What if we make friends with them?
don't think, human, that I want to be friends.
What if I make myself look like a goblin?
Well, unfortunately, the rest of us only have one face.
Oh. That's a shame.
I say we keep one, like she suggested. We keep going up the mountain.
Okay.
Can I get a perception check from Alethea?
Crap.
Oh, almost rolled the wrong thing. Whoops. Not deception, perception.
Yep. You notice, as you look back into the cave, the shadow of a small form beginning to move its way this way. You can't quite tell exactly what this is yet, but it appears humanoid and pretty small. And it is moving its way towards you guys. That probably hasn't noticed you yet.
Okay, we have to go right now. We're going. We're leaving. We're not going inside. We're going to go find the worm that we were sent to find. We're not going to be making friends. March. Now, go, 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 go.
Fine.
Alright, so where y'all going from here? Do you want to go up the mountain more, or like check around the rim, or?
When we come out,
Guys.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah. I mean, I think it's natural that like we would move away from the cave that we just came from and continue finding a route to go higher. If because Carvos was saying that it's at the peak of the mountain, so going up seems good.
We'll say y'all are pretty close to the top right now. There's not much above you.
Well, peak means peak in my book, and I'm going to the top.
He said near the peak.
Near, and we are near the peak, certainly.
Do we see any more holes?
Yeah.
Perception check. Whoever wants to look for holes.
We're looking for a different way in, boys.
Yeah, different hole. Don't make Tisla make a hole.
Kenny, your eyes are still adjusting from the dark vision, so you aren't real sure what you see. But Tisla, you do not see any other entrances to this mountain on this side of the mountain.
Is there a way around the side?
You'd have to go around.
24? Double 24s?
What? Dang, human. Human, you do not see any entrances on this side of the mountain, period.
You're muted.
Yep.
Guys, I think this is where the worm lives.
Think it's in there with the little one.
Yeah. You know, look, listen.
I wouldn't
Sometimes,
eat it. If it was there, I wouldn't eat it.
because listen, sometimes when you're a bear and you make a bear cave, if you're sleeping, other things go in the bear cave because they're little, and knowing that the bear's there, other things won't mess with it. So small things. No?
Suddenly y'all hear a little sound from like behind all that. Y'all hear like a huh? As the little creature has reached the end of the cave and is just like, what are these people like huddling for right here?
What does it look
What
like?
does it look like?
Yeah, I turn around and karate chop.
So you turn around and I would like Tizla has no idea what this little thing is, but it does look like a little short person, kind of like a dwarf, but even smaller.
It's
But
so
I will let everyone else in the party make a nature check. See if they know what this is. Man, y'all are so nature. Ooh, there we go. Kenny, you know what this is immediately. This is a Swerf Neblin.
double
a little-
20s.
It's a Neblin?
Swerfneblin.
Yep. It's a Swerf Neblin. That's like a deep gnome. They're gnomes that live like under the ground. And
Oh, I see.
Mike, how do you have a 0 in nature?
You're a druid.
It's because it's based on your wisdom, isn't it?
Literally.
No,
Or your
it's based on
intelligence.
intelligence.
Oh, got it.
That's
Yeah,
why.
I don't
That's
know.
why.
I don't know a lot about nature. I know a lot about survival. I have a +6 to survival.
Okay.
There you go. That explains it.
Tisla says, "Why is it so? What is it? It's so cute.
And it yells in some language you don't understand.
What's it saying? Somebody tell me what it says. Human."
Hmm.
I don't know what
I'm
it's
sorry. Does it
saying.
speak Dwarvish?
And it seems to switch languages. It's like, and still no one understands it.
Are you looking at our languages?
I know what y'all languages are.
Okay.
I looked it up earlier.
I was about to say, can I try Dwarvish?
Try it.
What's your name, little?
Human. Oh.
And
Maybe.
it
Hello?
goes, how about? And then it switches to Druidic, which one person in this party can speak.
Oh
He goes-
God,
He
no.
goes, can you understand me?
Oh.
Aw.
Hey. My name's Human.
You know look human to me.
No, I am.
Okay.
Promise. Hey, I'm looking for a worm. You have a worm? You know where a worm is?
Oh, you look for worm.
Yeah.
Oh, me no worm.
No,
me,
I know.
Me certainly no worm.
I know. You're like a little man.
Worm God.
Oh.
What's he saying?
Yeah.
He says that the worm's God, but he says it in Druidic.
No, human in common.
Yeah, in common, so we can.
Common tongue.
You stop
Oh.
talking the language that we speak.
Oh.
Teach them to use a walkie-talkie.
He says that the worm's God, but he says it in the language that Tisla was just speaking a second ago.
Okay, well,
I know that too.
great. Wonderful. Okay, Dwarven's fine. So, in fact, it's their god. What is it with people on the surface and their gods?
That's ridiculous. There is no god, only goddess. This is part of a
Don't
cult
say
or
that.
something.
Do not,
Oh,
don't
wait.
say that to
Hold on. Okay, hold
the
on.
the Zerf Neblin. Just
Yep. Mm-hmm.
we'll omit that
Can't
one.
understand us.
Wait.
But I can understand human. Who has a tendency to just vomit forth things.
Oh, wait, I got it. Hey! Is the God friendly?
Oh yes, very very friendly.
Oh. Okay.
Well,
Is he eating people?
No.
Oh, because there's a village that says, hey, there's a giant worm that eats people. So,
Tell you what, you come inside.
yeah, okay. And
You
then,
meet with Felvin, our leader,
okay,
and he show you God.
perfect. And he turns around and says it in Dwarvish again. Okay,
Okay.
here's the deal. We're gonna go inside. That little guy is gonna show us to another little guy, and then the little guy number 2 is gonna show us to the God worm.
I don't like this.
Oh, wait, also, he said that the God worm is very nice and doesn't eat people. So,
Now, if that doesn't sound like a trap, I don't know what does.
I
but look
don't know
how
if I
tiny
believe
he
that.
is. What's he gonna do?
Not about him, it's about the god. The
Can I roll an insight check even though I can't understand a word that this Verf Nevlin said?
Yeah, you'll have disadvantage, but you can still try. Because you can still watch facial expressions and things like that.
Double
He
tap.
seems, as far as you can tell, you don't notice anything off. Like nothing seems like malicious about him that you can tell.
I've never seen a Smurf Nevlin talk. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, he seems pretty simple, so he's not the hardest thing to read.
Okay. I lean over, and grab Alethea and like pull her close and like, stay back. It's good for the shadows in case things go awry. Like whisper it to her.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, we need to get to this worm, but we should stay on our toes, and in hushed whispers back to Tisla. And so, yeah, that's. I don't know that we have another choice. Can I? So I know what this thing is. Do I know anything about them?
You know that they're pretty simple creatures. Some of them can be dangerous or aggressive, but usually they're pretty harmless unless you do something to them. They kind of just like to be left alone. Usually, they live in like little colonies and just kind of do their thing.
Okay, so I'll just be like, we just need to not antagonize them. We just gotta play it smart and play it cautious. So I
Okay.
guess we follow
That's
this.
what I'm saying. Just in case this is a trap and the little one's leading us right into the mouth of the worm, just disappear so you can come, I don't know, save us.
Hold on, guys. I got this. Excuse me.
Oh no.
Are you trying to feed us to the worm?
No!
Oh, worm doesn't really eat things.
Perfect. Thank you. Hey,
Except
guys.
black.
The worm doesn't eat things, they said.
Yeoman, one day, we're going to talk about what it means to read a dissertation.
Okay. I don't think he's lying. He looks like he's a nice guy.
No, I don't think. Okay. Well, he's all right. We're working on it. Come on, human.
All right, I'm coming.
Lead the way, friend.
Thank you.
All right. So the Surf Neblin leads you guys down this passageway into a larger chamber that has a bunch of like little huts and fires and things in it. Where there's like a little Surf Neblin village. There's probably like maybe 30 of them living down here. It leads you to one who kind of has like a crazy like headdress and like these robe things which make no sense and have no like really sense to the way that they're designed or anything. And this one kind of turns around. You hear them talk in a language for a couple minutes, and then the fancily dressed one turns around and speaks again in Druidic to human, and he says, "Greetings, I am Felvin, the leader of village and the speaker to worm."
Okay.
I'm human. And these are my best friends. That's my best friend Wesley. That's my best friend Tisla. That's my best friend Olivia. We're here to meet your worm.
Does he speak common, this little...
No, he's speaking in Druidic still. So only
What about Elvish? I say in Elvish.
No.
What about Dwarvish?
No.
I love that Wesley's like,
What about
"Wait,
Celestial?
let me take control of the situation."
In Celestial.
Wesley, why do you keep saying that over and over again?
For like one of the first times in D&D history, language actually matters in a character sheet. Wow. And so, he comes and says, so, yes. You hear meet Great Worm.
Yeah.
Azestanai is his name. He is great deity, very good to people. He friendly.
Say that one more time and slower.
Which part?
The name.
Azestanai.
I'll get it. Okay. Lead the way.
Okay, here we go.
Going to meet him.
Wait, where are we going? Stop! Wait, human!
Yeah.
We can't understand him. Can you just do us all a bit of a favor and tell us what he said?
Oh, he said the worm's name is... He said the worm has a name, and I didn't quite get it. But he says that it's this way, and that's where we're going.
Okay. Did you ask if they're are they feeding us to something?
No, I asked the first guy that, and he said no. Why would I ask the second guy? That's just rude.
Oh. Well, peeps, if we get eaten by a worm, it's been nice knowing lots of you.
It was nice knowing you guys. You're my best friends.
Yeah. We'll stay on our toes, and human. You wanted to make friends with this worm, and maybe there is still some sort of reconciliation. If we find where these missing people went, like maybe that would be enough. But stay on your toes, just in case.
He squats down to you and says, "Alethea, you'll fall down less if you stay on your whole feet." Then he stands back up.
You want to follow?
Yes.
Okay, and Alethea, are you going to stay kind of behind a ways, or are you staying with the group right now?
Yeah. Self-preservation dictates I would stay in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. I mean, I will definitely help my friends. So I'm sort of not threatening, but at the ready.
Gotcha. Okay. So the cave leads downward again for several minutes until at last coming to a massive chamber of ice. The chamber has been lit by flickering torches, Though it also seems that what's left of the sunlight is finding its way through into the chamber, kind of very dimly through the layers of ice that are above you. So it's just like a bunch of ice and some sun's kind of coming through, and that's bathing everything in a very like mystical blue hue in here. The chamber is several hundred feet across, though much of it is taken up by the massive form of the worm god Azesthani. The great ice worm is a long, shining form that must weigh tons with its incredible size. It has a large head with glowing red eyes that rests on the floor about 60 feet away from where you're entering the room. And its tail reaches all the way back to the far wall on the far side of the room and beyond into the wall. Fel then kind of steps to the side where a small platform looks down into the room, and he kind of starts motioning forward for all of you to enter the lair of the great ice worm Azesthani.
Before we go in, he says in Druidic, does it speak worm or snake or...
Just say name.
Just say name?
Mm-hmm.
Just say my name?
No, it just says Azesthani.
Do I just say it like that?
I don't know. Go say hi.
Okay. And he starts to walk in.
Wait, where you going, human?
What? I'm going to say hi to the worm.
Do you speak worm?
I think so.
Why do they want us to say hi to this worm anyways?
Because I asked if I could say hi to it.
Wait, this...
Why did they bring us here?
Because this is where the worm is. You didn't see the giant worm?
Human, I need you to listen to my...
Yeah.
Read my little dwarven lips, you know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Okay, missing peoples. That's
Yeah.
why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
These little folks who are just like, oh, don't talk to the worm, who might possibly be eating peoples. And human's going to walk up and go, well, hello, Mr. Worm.
Well, no, because they said the worm isn't eating people, so...
Sometimes people lie. I was told that one time that you can't trust everybody on this.
He looks trustworthy.
Oh no. Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna stay right here, human.
Okay.
He looks trustworthy, and the camera kind of pans over to the dude with like his crazy like oversized headdress and stuff. He's probably like rubbing like two rocks together or
I
something.
like his hat.
All right, human, we're gonna stay right here
Okay.
because this is safe distance. You go say hello to, to the worm.
Okay.
This is a bad idea. Wait, if I cast Divine Sense right now, is this thing evil?
Are you gonna cast it?
Yeah.
You cast Divine Sense and sense no evil presences like that.
All right. Well, it's not like a demon or a god, which I mean, obviously wasn't a god, but
Okay, well, but I feel like both those things, just instinctually alone, we kind of knew. But that being said, it is good to have confirmation, but that doesn't mean that it's not an evil dragon, worm that's not going to eat the face right off our wolf friend.
oh yeah, it's definitely like still a giant worm that has the power to probably kill us all.
You're not gonna let human walk in by himself?
Okay, human, go say hey to it. We need to make a plan.
I have a plan.
Oh, see, this is why she's
I like entered my Zen space.
Is there another exit to this cave by chance? I would like to know if there's another exit to this cave.
Aletheia's just got
Technically,
too
there
numb.
is. Technically, there is another exit where its tail is feeding through the side of the mountain. Other than that, just the door behind you.
Okay.
Since it's around, we can get it and remove its tail from the hole over there. We can run through it. Go out the backside.
Question.
Yes.
New question. Does that door where his tail's feeding through look smaller than the door we came in? As if he could not fit through that hole?
They're about the same size.
Okay.
You probably get the impression that's normally where he enters and leaves, but you get the feeling
okay.
maybe this whole cave was probably carved by him at some point.
I see, and they're just kind of here now, these little ones.
Yeah, they kind of moved in and set up camp and were like, ooh,
I
God.
see, yeah. Okay. Oh, you man. All right.
We should not be too far from him, but we don't want to,
So it is 60 feet from the door to the face of the worm. where it's just kind of sitting there and like it's not really moving. It's just kind of like in like just kind of sitting there. Its eyes are kind of glowing like a soft red. So where is everybody in relation to like the front of it?
I don't know if I want to give you that information.
Okay.
I don't like how this is playing out at all.
Why do you need to know distances and things?
I'm just a little behind human.
Okay. Well, you know what? Where's the little one? The little one with the headdress?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he is like.
I would like to grab him by the scruff of whatever it is he has on, and he's coming with us.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of grab him and he's
I'm
kind of
like, come on.
okay. And he seems like he kind of looks at you like I would have just gone with you.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, once he like picks up pace, I like scoot him along in front of me. He's gonna go in front of me.
Okay. Yeah. So how close y'all getting to this worm? So I'm assuming human is in like the front. So
Are
like,
you
where
guys
is?
coming too?
I'm gonna be within. What's my speed? I want to be able to 35. I want to be within 35 feet of this thing.
Okay.
I'm so glad you guys are coming too. This is gonna be so fun.
Oh, you man.
And
I,
where's Alethea and Wes?
I hesitate for a minute and then run to try and catch up to human.
Okay.
I'm hanging back.
Gotcha.
Again, not because I don't love you guys, but for tactics.
I mean,
No.
you have finger guns, so.
It's right. It's right. That's no. You're doing the right thing.
Cool. And so human, how close are you getting to it?
Probably like within 10 feet of its face.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of walk up to it, and Wes, you're kind of like right behind human, probably. And suddenly its eyes kind of light up a little bit, and you actually see the red glow like over human a little bit as it just kind of looks at him.
Oh, is there any light in here?
Yes, there is light coming through the roof, and then there's a couple
Okay.
torches in here as well.
Okay.
But yeah, so its eyes are kind of like glowing, like where you can even like see some light like on human, but it otherwise like doesn't move or do anything.
Hi! I was told that your name is Zestinai, and my name is Human. And everyone else here is like Harry Potter Parseltongue.
They're speaking to it like speaking to animals.
Yeah, I have speech of beast and leaf, so I can talk to animals and plants.
Yeah,
I can talk to them, but I can't hear what they're saying if they're talking back in Snake.
Okay,
It just sounds like Snake to me. It's a one-way thing.
that's awesome.
Well, that could be useful.
It is. It kind of makes sense now when humans like, oh, I just ask the air for magic, or I just ask the trees for things.
And yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That does make sense.
Yeah, it just kind of continues staring blankly at you.
I was told that someone on the mountain has been eating people, and the people that are being eaten think it might be you. But your tiny... Oh, you're right over here. Your tiny friend... It didn't get his name. He said you don't eat people.
It just stares at you.
Okay.
And it kind of like shuts its eyes a minute and opens them, and then like the glow of its eyes kind of like shifts onto Wes and just kind of stares at Wes.
Well, that's my friend Wesley. And you can see him pointing at you.
Wesley.
And that's my friend Tisla. And way over there, that's my friend Alethea.
No. Oh.
See, I realize now what he's doing because he's pointing at all of us. I'm like, oh, good. He's making introductions.
Yeah, so as you kind of point, it kind of like blinks again, and when you point at Tisla, its eyes kind of like blink, and then the eyes get like a little more narrow, and like the red light kind of focuses on Tisla a little bit, and then it's just kind of staring at her.
Do you talk? Anything besides worm?
And you see the eyes actually start glowing a little bit brighter as it continues staring at Tisla. And then the worm actually does speak.
Oh.
And it says, "Threat detected." And we're going to roll some initiative.
What?
Oh.
It says that in common?
In common.
Oh, what the fuck? It's a robot worm.
Oh.
Here we go. Oh, and that 20 on initiative.
Oh, Jesus.
Of course it did.
Because why would
The threat's detected, guys. What did you expect?
I'm at 20.
Oh,
I'm going to stare down with this dragon, with this worm. Just like,
You detected the threat first.
I did. I knew it. The moment it made eyes at me.
You knew.
My
So you're
mohawk stood on
23,
end.
the worm's on 22, and then we have Wes next with an 18. I'll put you in order right here. All right, and then Human had a 7, and Alethea had a 14.
It was like, we still have a chance to make friends with this thing, right?
Alrighty. So our order is Tisla, Azestanai, Wesley, Alethea, and Human. Okay, so Tisla, this thing just kind of looks at you. It does eyes like narrow, like really threateningly, and it goes, "Threat detected."
Oh, a threat! I say before he finishes his sentence. And I,
You can understand it too. I'm so excited.
don't want to attack it till it attacks me. So I'm going to take like boxer position and plant my feet firm, and I'm going to hold my action
Okay.
until it attacks someone.
Okay, so if it attacks somebody, you're gonna go like punch it, basically.
Oh yes, sir.
Alrighty, cool. And it is its turn, and it is actually its head turns towards you, and then it is gonna move forward and kind of lunge at you, and it is gonna try to attack you. I will let you take your attack first.
Okay.
You're kind of like ready, and as it like leaps at the air, you can like take a punch. And
Right.
Try to dodge.
You can use it. All right. So I'm going to. So I've got my like. Ooh. It's made of ice. Does it look like it icy?
It does not look like it's made of ice. It's made of some type of like shiny shell kind of stuff.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Then I won't worry about that. Yeah. So I guess I'll do some unarmed attacks here. I'm gonna get 2 just straight unarmed attacks. We'll see how it goes. This could be bad.
Okay.
18 and 13.
18 is going to hit. 13 is not going to hit.
Can
So-
I use my critical hit?
Yes, you can to make that second hit a crit. Absolutely.
Yes. So let's do that. So first one, 8 points of face punching damage, and 6, and that gets doubled.
We do. So I add the whatever your damage dice is. So your damage dice is a 4 on that. So it's going to be a 10.
Perfect. That works. I like
Perfect.
it.
So it's going to be 18 total damage on this thing. However, it has resistance to your damage. So
Well-
it's actually only going to be 9 damage as you
She punches rocks.
she does, but she comes in and she punches this thing real good, like 2 like solid ready to go punches onto this thing. And it almost makes like a hollow banging sound. And says like you hit it and it feels like you just punched like armor, like metal.
He's a strong little worm. I say out loud.
All right, and it's now making its attack on you
Crap.
with a 14 to hit.
That's not.
Alrighty. Yeah, and you duck just in time to not get bit by this worm. Cool. Alrighty, and next up in our order is Wesley.
I am going to who could use extra AC? Tisla, I'll go ahead and bonus action. I'm going to give Tisla a Shield of Faith.
Okay.
So you've got +2 to
Yes!
AC.
Yes.
And I am going to swing at it with my sword.
Alrighty. Swing at it with your sword.
18
That hits.
for 8 slashing damage.
Nice.
It takes 4 slashing damage as it's resistant to slashing.
Oh,
As you bring in your sword and you hit it and you kind of put like a scrape into its side, which does not bleed. And again, it feels like you almost hit like someone's shield or something like that. It kind of like clings.
It's-
Almost like this thing has armor.
Oh.
this thing made of metal?
That's exactly what it feels like.
Oh no! And you said you thought it was hollow. It's
Yeah,
not
you
hollow.
hit it, it kind of like makes like a clang when you hit it, and it's like made of like a metal hollow frame.
Great.
Lovely. Yay, homebrew. All right. So next up in our order is
Right.
Alethea.
So I'm in the back of the room. How are the Zwerfneblin reacting to this?
as soon as it like said something, even though he couldn't understand it, the Surf Neblin kind of jumped up like, "Ooh, yeah, he spoke something new!" And then suddenly it just jumped and he basically like screamed and just started running for the door if he can, like terrified. Like,
oh, okay, good, great. That makes. I just want to make sure they're not a threat to us.
no, he's like, "What is this?" And he seems like he is utterly surprised and terrified.
Yeah, me too. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it with my finger gun, which is piercing damage. So I'm hoping that if my hypothesis is correct, I can do some ouchies on its interior. Except I'm too far away.
The shot ricochets off the metal. Ping. Alrighty.
I was slightly distracted checking on the Zwerf Neblin.
Yeah, you're making sure they were good first. That's nice of you. All right, human, your friend is being mean. What do you want to do?
Why is he being so mean? Okay. Guys, I have an idea. It's not a good one.
Nice.
You see human crouch down real low. He squats down with like his hands on the ground, kind of like a frog. And then he mutters something in whatever that language was when he was talking to the Snurflivlin, and you just see him leap in the air as I cast jump on myself.
Where are you jumping to?
On top of the worm.
Awesome. Make me an acrobatics check.
Perfect. Pow! 7.
All right, it's gonna try to like not. Let's see. It's gonna do a dex save. It's not great at dex. Oh, it is gonna succeed. So, human, you jump up on top, and then this thing kind of like kicks as it's fighting, and you lose your balance. But as you do, make me a perception check.
Sure. 17.
Gosh, human, you see the darndest thing on top of this worm. Whenever you kind of land up there for a minute before you slide down the other side, up there, you see you could have sworn you saw it look like a hatch on the top of it with a big handle.
Guys, I'm gonna climb inside of it. He's got a hole in the top of him. I got it. And you see him land and crouch back down again.
Yep. Are you getting ready for round 2?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, and we're back to the top of the order, Tisla. As the Smurf and Evelyn are just booking it.
So I see him doing something on top of the head of this
No,
thing?
I jumped up and missed, and then now I landed on the ground. I'm back in frog position, but I did leap up again.
Oh, you're going to try again?
Yeah.
So Tizzle looks and says, "You say there's something on the inside?"
Yeah, he said what I said.
Great! And she's going to run full throttle down its throat.
So it hasn't actually opened its mouth more than when it's trying to bite you. I'll give you a little visual on that. The inside of its mouth is basically like an inverted drill. So you probably don't want to jump in it.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I thought it was hollow. Okay. Well, then if there's something on top,
there is something on top.
I'm going to get a running jump with my war pick and try to like stick the side of it and climb.
All right, I'll let you decide. I'll let you decide between acrobatics or athletics.
Oh no, that's going to be an athletics. No, it's not. It's cool.
All right, and it's going to do a save against you on that. It's going to do an opposing athletics.
No.
Wow.
Nope. Yeah. No.
Yeah, it like throws you off. Like you go to grab it and it just like slings you off and across the room.
Oh, there that goes. Okay.
Bye.
I'm like,
A for effort. And it's turn. And it's its turn. Now that its prey has kind of disappeared, it is going to turn its attention onto Wes, who's kind of up there swinging a sword at it. So it kind of turns, and this one is just like in anger mode. And so it is going to look in the direction of Wes. And you're going to see its mouth open up and reveal that drill that's inside. And it's not going to attack. You're just going to start hearing this humming sound. It's going to go and you see the inside of its mouth kind of glowing a little bit.
uh-oh.
And now it is Wes's turn.
Great. That can only mean good things.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling that my sword didn't do that much to it, I'm going to just immediately panic, drop my sword to the ground, and try and pull out my javelin instead, and try and jab it, and see if maybe piercing damage is better.
Go for it. Make me a melee attack with a javelin.
Okay. How far away did Tizzle get thrown, by the way?
She's still within like 35 feet to run back. I just like threw her on the ground violently.
Okay. Is 15 a hit?
15 does not hit.
Okay, well.
Yeah, you hit the side of it and it like clings again, and you even feel like the metal kind of bow a little bit, but it's not enough to like pierce it.
Okay. Did Tisla get flung like to the side of the worm? Like, could I get closer to her without leaving the range of the worm?
Yeah, I would say you could.
Okay, then I'm going to get closer to Tisla.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of like lead the worm while it's like kind of like a fight. So now the worm's kind of facing like the two of you, and you can get over by her.
Okay.
Cool. And it is now Alethea's turn.
Nobody's inside this thing, right? Because I don't
Like-
want to shoot it.
Like you mean like
My friends
inside
are
like a
inside
mouth or something?
No one's Carly inside.
Yeah.
None of us are inside.
None of us are inside of it.
Yeah,
We
none
don't
of y'all
know
are inside of it.
Great. So I'm going to try shooting it again.
Okay. Come on, roll. Nope. Yeah, you shoot yet again, and the shot just like ricochets off the metal.
I'm getting angry.
Rage.
Like, Alethea is losing her cool.
Does she yell anything or do anything defiantly?
Did you not hear that noise I just made?
That's all she lets out.
Alrighty. And
Pure unadulterated rage.
human.
Oh, he's a jumping frog boy.
All right, acrobatics boy.
Kapow! 10?
Versus a dex.
10 cut it?
That is good
Oh,
enough.
suck it, worm. Yeah, so you see him like down, hands, palms on the ground, like a little kid squatting, and he just leaps, like all the way to the top of the cavern, and then lands on top of it. Guys, I did it! And then he runs over towards the thing and just throws the hatch open.
So you go to throw the hatch open, and you grab the knob, and it's got like a handle, and you pull it down, and it says the name of the worm. It goes, access denied.
Oh,
I fucking knew it.
And as you look next to this hatch, you notice a couple different, what look like dials or like little turning things, almost like a combination lock. And we will address what's on those on your next turn.
so before he ends his turn, because leaping is a move action, he reaches into his many pockets and pulls out a small seed. And then is it like a handle on the hatch?
Yes.
Okay, so he takes the seed in one hand and grabs the handle, and then the seed starts to grow, and it becomes vines wrapping his hand to the handle.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so you're now like tied onto it.
Yeehaw.
Super cool.
Worm rodeo, baby.
I did
Yep,
it!
worm rodeo. There
I
you go.
told you I could ride him!
Awesome. All right, Tisla, it is your turn. You are now in front of the worm by Wes. What do you want to do?
Oh, Lord. All right, I look at Weston and I go, quick, I'll give you a boost to the top. And I like put my hands in like a basket to try to get him up.
Okay.
I'm going to get
Yes.
him up there.
All right, so I'll let you do an athletics to like throw him up there, basically.
Okay.
Kind of lunge him up there.
13's
All right,
better.
and it's
Nothing.
Contest with athletics, and it is going to succeed that again. So yeah, you kind of go to toss up there, and the worm's just like a little too high.
So
and-
not me. I was planning to toss them or Wes.
Yeah, right. So
Oh, okay.
So your athletics was basically to give him enough boost to push him up, but the worm is like too tall and it kind of rears its head, and you don't quite get up there.
Like, jump!
Jump higher.
I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting this.
Do better!
And all at
trying.
once, while you two are sitting here silly, like trying to boost yourself up, suddenly the humming sound from the mouth stops. And then I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws with a
Okay.
DC of 14. That's it. It's going to use
Nope.
Beam of Destruction.
Fuck.
All right, so this is going to do 3d8 plus 4 fire damage as a beam just bursts out of the mouth and hits both of you. Tisla, you're going to take half damage.
Oh, okay, I was supposed to do half.
Yeah, you're going to take half because you succeeded the save. Wes is going to take full damage, so it's 3d4 plus 4.
3d8 plus 4.
Oh, 3d8 plus 4. I can't read today. Plus 4. All right, 3d8 plus 4 fire damage. So that's 14 fire damage. That could have been worse.
Oh, yeah, that could have been way
That could have been much worse. As
I
like
was doing
suddenly,
the math in my head, and I was like, this is it. It's over.
yep. So it kind of charged. I went, and then and this big laser shoots out of its mouth.
Oh
And
my
just
god.
like you like leap out of the way, and Wes is probably like in air from when you tossed him, just gets like hit by the beam and thrown down.
Trying to get him up the way.
Yep. And and there's just kind of like this like sizzle sound afterward, and that is the worm's turn. Wes, it is your turn. As you just got burned for 14 fire damage, and your armor is probably like searing hot right now too.
Yeah, it's real hot. It's real. It's like the opposite of the cold that it was shortly ago.
I'm going to shock.
I am going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay, good idea.
And then I'm going to use my action to lay on hands myself.
Thanks.
For 7 points of healing.
So basically, Wes has a turn of noping. Nope.
Yep. Yeah. This is Wesley being like, oh god, no, I don't want to die. I don't want to die here.
Yeah, this is not how I planned this to go down.
And he probably like looks over his shoulder to where like the full beam hit, because you're probably like on the edge of it with that much damage, and it's just like the ice is just gone wherever it hit. You're like, oh.
Yeah. I'm also gonna yell back to Alethea, what is this thing? You know machines?
I mean, he makes a good point.
You say that, and you hear Tisa go, "It's a machine." I thought it was a word.
I'm pretty sure it's a machine.
Jeez. Okay.
Oh god.
Alethea, what do you want to do?
I am so fascinated by this beam of destruction I just saw. I want to get closer to it. So I take my turn to dash as close as possible to this thing.
Okay.
But also being near cover.
Okay, yeah. You kind of run up and kind of get fairly close to this worm, and you see its red eyes kind of turn and like look at you and kind of glow a little bit like it did. And then it blinks twice, and then you hear a clicking sound as human right next to you, suddenly the side of the worm kind of pops a little bit, and a ladder drops down from the side to the ground.
Can I use a cunning action to get up the ladder?
Yes, so let's use a cunning action to get the ladder.
Yes, I do that.
Yeah, so you scramble up the ladder, and you are next to human, which it is his turn, so let me tell you about what you see if they're human.
Hey, Olivia.
All
Hi,
right.
human. It's great to be here.
Thanks. Me too.
So human, next to this door,
Yep.
there are 3 wheels.
Mhm.
One with the numbers 0 through 9.
Mhm.
One with all the letters of the alphabet,
Mhm.
and one with the colors blue, red, green, yellow, and purple on it.
Oh, I know this one. 7. And he shouts it out loud. 7. There's dials.
Yeah, so you see human, you see human, it's like turn his dial to 7.
What?
What?
Oh.
Remember my dream said 7 over and over again.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention
Oh.
to you during that part.
Okay. Wesley, what did your dream say?
I like with like javelin in hand, like ready to like fearfully hit this thing. Charlie?
That doesn't make sense. Tiz's doesn't make sense either. Yours said a color.
Green.
Click, 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 and he changes it to green. Now, what about Charlie?
It's like can I take an action?
Yeah, I'll let you. Since y'all are kind of up there working together, I'll give y'all a minute on the
Is
puzzle.
the worm still moving around?
Yeah, we're gonna get to him in just a minute.
I'm tied to it.
He's like tied up on it, riding like a rodeo.
So I'm like, okay, it's like a combination maybe. So I start like CHAR, like back and forth, CHARLIE.
Yeah, so you kind of start turning the wheel, but it doesn't really seem to be doing much from that. It's just turning to different positions, basically.
I think you're gonna pick one.
C.
Okay. Yeah, so you put it on C.
C.
All right, do you want to try the handle?
Yeah. And I lift it with my vine hand.
Okay, yeah, so you pull the handle, and you hear a kind of clicking sound, and it says additional authentication required, and a little slot kind of opens on the door and reveals like a small kind of circular glass orb looking thing. And with that, we're going to jump to Tisla's turn, who is near the front of the worm, having just got singed by a laser.
Is the ladder within our reach?
Yes, you could run to it.
I would
just
like
leave Wes to distract the worm.
no,
Everyone run on the ladder.
no. Is Wes between me and the ladder, or is he like what is like I guess his position? Would he be along the way where I could do something like pick him up and toss him, or to get him there first?
It's neither of the mine, so I'll kind of leave that up to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say I see him. I turn it up like ladder. I would like to run and literally grab him and just like as hard as I can toss him closer to it.
Okay.
I want to get him there for this turn, even if that means I got to deal with them one more time.
Yeah, roll me the
Oh,
athletics.
God, why are you throwing me again?
You grab him and you just chuck him like underhand and throw him like right into the ladder with like a pang.
Yeah.
And Wes, just for fun, make a dex saving throw.
Oh God. God.
Yeah, you like bang into the ladder and just like fall on the ground like right by the ladder.
Oh, God. I can walk, you know.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, so
Head.
She goes, you were supposed to hang on.
yeah, for all intents and purposes, Wes is like at the ladder and kind of holding on to it a little bit, kind of pulling
I'm
himself.
probably like dangling, I imagine, from like the end of it or something.
But the worm will turn on Tizla at this point, and
Right.
is gonna make a bite at you
Of course it is.
with a 20 to
Would
hit.
be a hit.
It's gonna be 14 slashing damage as it basically catches you with the side of like this drill mouth and just slices you up real good.
She's not within range for me to use my protection.
No,
fighting
she
style,
would not
is
be
she?
because she just threw you.
Yeah.
Did.
No, she
Yeah,
does
or
have
not
the shield of
5 feet
fave.
anymore.
Don't forget the shield of fave plus 2.
Oh, that I already have that. That would be a 17 AC. Not
Okay.
enough.
Yeah, so 14 slashing. So how is Tizla looking at this point?
It's really not like, oh, you know what? I'm going to use a key point right now. After that happens, and basically everything on my body gets ripped to shredsies, I am going to use a key point and take an action, a dash action. What is it? Step of the wind.
Mhm.
Yes, I would like to jump a distance that is doubled for my turn.
Nice.
I want to be like, deuces.
Are you jumping to its top or are you jumping to the ladder?
I want to jump out of the way of its mouth. So
Okay.
I guess if the ladder is the best way to do that, then yeah, I'll make a jump for the ladder.
Okay, yeah. So you leap and you can reach the ladder in that time because it's pretty near the front of it.
Okay, cool.
So you jump and you kind of grab the ladder, like actually above Wes. He's still picking himself off the ground. You're just going to spring up on top of them. Okay, so as you guys are all climbing yourself up, Wes, it is your turn.
What's going on? Why? What's on this ladder? I'm saying this in character.
Get to the top.
I climb the ladder.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, I think you and like Tiz will like scramble like over each other up the ladder, and then you get up there and see the puzzle that they're trying to solve. Where at this point, so all of you are on top of the worm, so I'll kind of give y'all a couple seconds here. This little like glass orb looking thing has kind of slid out of the doorway. And it said additional authentication required.
Yeah, we put in the things about the dreams, and now it wants more stuff.
What thing about the dreams? What dream? Oh, today's dreams.
Eye of the air. That's what Tisla said. What? I mean, I put my eye in the thing.
Okay, you put your eye on the thing, and here, access denied, and I need everybody to make a dex saving throw except for you.
Fuck.
Oh,
Except for human. Perfect.
well, fuck. I'm just rolling so bad tonight.
What's my? Oh, I think I rolled the wrong thing, but that's fine.
All right,
Oh.
Tizla and Speedy get thrown off the.
I just got up there.
So the worm like rears up, and Alethea grabs onto like the latch or something, and Human is tied on. But the other two, you guys, you both fall, and you're only gonna take not much. You're gonna take just 2 damage.
Well, this one's not looking good. 2 damage is a lot where she's standing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Also, Shield of Faith is gone.
Ouch.
Balls.
That sucks. Alrighty, so Human and Alethea, y'all are left on top of the worm as this thing has just reared up.
Miss Olivia, we're best friends, right?
Yes.
You trust
Human?
me?
Actually, yeah, I think I do.
Okay. And he grabs you and puts you in front of the circle, the glass ball.
Okay, yeah, this little red line kind of runs across her eye in here. Access granted.
I knew it.
And the hatch pops open, and then the worm stops moving.
Great job. And he pushes you towards the hatch.
Wait, what happened? Just was like on the ground, like, wait!
Olivia's the air.
We opened it.
Olympia's in air! And I'm
Yeah.
like scuttering up.
Okay, going in. And he releases the vines and climbs down the thing.
Nice.
I start to climb up the ladder, then realize I left my sword back down, and I run back now that the worm isn't doing anything and get it.
Why did you go to grab your sword? Like a little steam vent on this machine, like fizzes out some steam,
Ah!
and you jump like a. All right, so you guys head down into this hatch, and
So
you.
we're inside of it.
Yeah, so you first realize that this worm is not fleshy, but is instead entirely made of metal. This worm appears to be a construct of some kind. A long metal corridor actually leads down through the inside of the worm a little ways to where you see a closed iron door at the far end of the hallway.
Oh, this is so cool. I'm just like,
Okay, I don't mean to stop action or nothing. Are you an heir? Did I know this?
I'm sorry, what?
You're an heir. To something, right? Human said your eyeball opened the door.
Yeah, he slammed my face into the thing.
Yeah.
Right. It did. Well, he slammed his face into the eye hole and nothing happened. And then you put your eye in the hole and it did work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not an heir to anything.
And
My dad's a baker.
And a priest.
I'm not really an heir. Not anymore, anyways.
Yeah, you know, I agree. It's as weird as it gets, but this is so
Well-
fascinating inside of here. You have can we just?
Well, wait, but who are your parents?
How
Yeah,
fascinating!
where are you from?
Mastery of machine and mechanics, and
So, did you know your parents? Not to pry or anything, I guess.
It's a real personal
Maybe this isn't the
question.
time.
It's the
No,
queen.
I think it's the perfect time.
Is the queen your mom?
I mean, I had a dad, and my dad worked in the Wizard's Tower, and we had he was a little bit of a falling out. I mean, you could say it could be described that way.
What was his name?
My father's name?
Uh-huh.
Why is that important?
Just wondering. I don't
It
know.
just seems a bit like you're keeping something from us. You wouldn't be doing that to friends now, would you?
You
No,
see, the
no,
mean man
no.
that I
I'm
wished,
just as weirded out about all of this as you guys are.
the mean man that I wish said she was from the Magic Kingdom and that she was running away, but no one was listening. And then she got all weird when he said it, and then changed the subject, and then walked away.
That's true.
I know. That's
I'm
why
looking
I
around
said
the
it.
corner to see if there's anyone coming or anything.
There's just that metal door at the end of the hallway. It hasn't moved or anything like that.
I'm walking towards the metal door cautiously.
And then you remember that Anna girl? You notice how Alethea looks like the Anna girl? I did.
I mean, I don't think we like that, but I don't know why.
Okay, we're gonna open this door, and when this worm is completely cleared out of whatever it is that's on the inside, we've got some talking to do because I feel like you were keeping something from us at the end.
No,
This
it's fine.
conversation is not done.
I am for exploring the worm. This worm is fascinating.
All
Right.
right.
All right.
After we explore the worm, then we explore your past.
Oh.
Okay?
And
It's
that
good
works.
to talk about this
How
kind
One
do
of
we go
adventure at
inside
a
that?
time.
All right.
All right, so you want to open the door?
Yeah, I have my shield first, and I'm going to open the door.
Alrighty.
Be careful, Leslie.
Oh no. This is a medium-sized room lit by bright lights built into the ceiling. At the center of the room is a large table covered in papers, most of which appear very old and faded. At the far end of the room are 2 seats that face a long, slanted surface covered in small switches and buttons. A mirror-like object sits embedded into the wall, revealing what the worm would currently be seeing. And that is the room that y'all are in.
I want to look out the eyeballs.
Yeah, so you look at it and you just see the room that you were just in, and it's not moving or anything like that. But yeah, you're looking at like this kind of mirror-like thing. It's almost like scrying or something. That's like showing what the worm would be seeing.
Hey, guys.
Yes, human?
You know how when we had to get in here, it needed to have Lefia's eye because she's the heir? You know who else is the heir? Anna.
It's true, but we don't have a Nana.
Right, but someone had to be the heir to get in.
But there's nobody here.
But they gotta be.
There's nobody in this room, right?
No.
Is there anywhere to hide?
Nope.
Is there
There's
another?
no other rooms.
Is there another door out of here?
No.
So who was the brain power behind this here mechanical worm?
Oh wait, I have an idea. Hold on. And he waddles to the middle of the room and he goes, "Hooray!" and throws his hands up, and like confetti explodes as he casts. Hold on, what the hell's it called? Fairy fire. And now anything invisible is not invisible.
Nothing bursts into flames.
Oh.
It looks like,
Most disappointing confetti bomb ever.
Yeah.
what was that for? What we celebrating?
Oh, sometimes when I'm invisible, I forget, and then you throw that up in the air and it makes you not invisible anymore.
Oh.
So in case there was anyone else who could be invisible like me.
Well, this is the front of the worm, yes?
Yeah,
Is there a back into the worm?
I would assume so.
All right, wait.
The spell also says that we're all now glowing a color of
Oh,
your
yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
What color?
And you're all glowing different colors. Like Kenny's glowing, or Alethea's glowing green. Wes is glowing this gold color, and Tisla is glowing purple.
Ah, well, look at me, shiny as a... Okay, so... Nobody's here. You know about these things. Alethea, you know all about the mechanics and such. Is there a way to make the mechanics do things when you're not here? Like a instructions from afar.
So I actually do want to cast probably Arcana check on this thing to see if it is magical in nature or simply machine in nature, especially because that laser beam is so fascinating. So
All right.
yeah, so I would like to do that.
Yeah, do Arcana. It's going to be a pretty high DC, but you can go for it.
Make it happen, friend.
I also have other things that might be better. Perception, perhaps?
Arcana is actually probably the best thing.
Kind of a biscuit.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, that actually kind of makes sense as a roll, though, because, I mean, you've been to both sides of the island, and you've never seen anything remotely close to this complicated.
Yeah, so this
advanced.
is a mastery of machinery and some sort of fusion of something, but I'm not really sure
Okay.
what it's doing, unfortunately.
All right.
Do you think it's magic? Is that what you're trying to do?
I can't tell. I can't tell. If it is magic, it is incredibly sophisticated.
Oh.
Like nothing I've ever seen before.
Do you want me to find out?
Can you drive it?
Can I drive it?
Move to the control panel if you want.
And there's a desk full of paperwork.
There's a table full of papers, and then there's like the control panel with the 2 seats on the far side.
I sit in a seat.
All right, you sit in the seat.
Co-pilot, please.
So you go to sit in this chair, and then you suddenly feel like you're sitting on something. So you reach out and pull something out of your chair, and you are holding a small silver object that's shaped like a rectangle. A clear part of the device reveals the inside, which has 2 gears that are evenly spaced from the sides. 4 buttons protrude from the top of the device, one with a little square and triangle, another with a sort of arrow with a line under it, and then beside those 2 are 2 buttons, one pointing right and one pointing left.
In front of the control, so that's what the little rectangular object looks like.
Yes.
There's a control panel in front of me.
Mm-hmm. And it is just covered in like buttons and knobs and all kinds of weird things.
Do I see any matching symbols?
No.
Just press the button. Press one. Give it.
Is the square? How's the square and triangle oriented? Is it like shaped like a home, perhaps?
Kind of, yeah, but like sideways.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know if someone can guess what this
Well,
is.
you're just holding the remote sideways. That's all it is.
Can someone tell me what this is?
Is it a remote?
No, I know. Chelsea knows what it is.
Out of character, I'll let you say what you think it is, because that way she can know what she's actually looking at.
I think that it's some kind of recording device. It's a tape.
It's a tape player.
It's a tape deck.
Yep.
It's got the 4 buttons on the side and the gears in the middle. It's a tape deck.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I completely out of character. Tisla's almost dead. So she's going to find a seat. And as you're looking at this, she's probably coughing up blood in the corner.
Oh, you don't look so good, Tisla. I'll lay on hands. I'll give you back 6 hit points.
That's perfect. That's at least somewhat helpful. She's like, oh, well, at least everything's not crisscrossed now.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Ewan, you're kind of sitting in your co-pilot's chair while they're doing this, and you hear like a soft beep, like a beep, beep, beep. And it's coming from somewhere on this panel, but you can't really find exactly where.
Well, press a button.
Yeah, do it. Press something.
Okay, I was kind of freaked out because this guy over here with the touching of himself and the touching of other people is just very handsy, and it's distracting.
I'm just trying to help.
And so I push the button.
Just a random button on the control panel?
No. On the device.
Oh, the rectangle.
Yeah, the rectangle.
Okay, yeah, so you hit like the first button, which is the triangle and the square, or as we know in layman's terms, the play stop button.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you at home who want to picture this stuff. And you hear kind of a couple minutes of static, like some and then you hear through what you can assume maybe this device is very old and has lost a lot of what's on it, but you hear the voice of a woman speak through this device. And she says, "It's time to go. The are all here. And the project is ready. Time to end the sequence." And then it just goes into static again. And I will actually post what I just read into our Roll20 chat.
Who's going where and why? And where are they if they went somewheres?
You mean that beeping gets a little bit faster? It's like beep, beep, beep.
That's concerning. I don't like that.
What?
I don't know if you guys noticed that soft sort of beeping is getting faster.
Oh.
And generally speaking, in my line of work, when things get faster, it means we have less time. So I think we need to probably grab whatever we can out of here and get out of here.
Is there anything to grab?
There are a bunch of papers on that table in the room. But
Okay.
a lot of them are pretty like faded and like falling to dust pretty much. But you can try to grab some if you want. Like shove them.
Oh, they're falling to dust as if somebody's not been here in a long time.
Yeah, these are very old place. Like there's dust and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know how the papers stayed on the table this whole time. They're in a worm that's thrashing around.
No kidding. They're like paperweights, dude.
I'm gonna grab anything that I can off that table. Just stack as much as possible.
Okay, yeah, you're just like throwing them like into your bag pretty much, and some of them like fall apart like while you're trying to push them. Then some of it does make it in there for you to sort through later.
Okay.
And as you're kind of doing that, a voice comes and kind of fills the air, and you're not sure exactly where it comes from, but a voice speaks and it says, "Secondary code not entered in time. Detonation in T-minus 30 seconds."
Okay, now it's time to go because
30.
detonation means boom and we die.
29.
We get out of here right now.
Okay.
28.
Oh, go!
So-
I'll start boosting people up. Who's first? Out of the hatch. Go up. Go, go, go,
I run.
go. Anything we need to roll for? We're running.
Yeah, you don't need to roll for it because I think y'all can make it up a ladder in 30 seconds. So y'all run, kind of climb this ladder, leap off the worm, and run. And about the time you reach like the far side of the room, you suddenly hear like this boom and turn around, and you see the worm just like blow apart and like metal plates and stuff just fly all over the room. And it is super toast.
We did it!
I mean, yeah.
I guess it's true. We did.
We have solved the problem, but I guess I'm a little confused because this wasn't actually a giant ice worm that eats people. I'm a little unsure of where all of these missing people ended up, if not here.
Okay, wait. Stop. Let's think. You're right. Okay. What did the message say? It said, it's time to go. They are all here, and the project is ready, maybe? Time to enter the sequence. Now, what did the scary inside of the worm say to us before it kaboomed?
That we hadn't
Entered
the second sequence.
So they entered the first sequence, which was, I bet, to set the kaboom. We failed to enter the second sequence, which had turned the kaboom off.
Wait, are you saying that someone left that? Why would that recording say that to us then? I guess.
I mean, I don't know. It was obviously a very sophisticated piece of machinery and technology and just magnificent. And it's such a shame.
Who is they? Why? Multiple.
I mean,
Doesn't make any sense.
maybe the people the
Wait,
worm
there was
were
another hole.
There was another hole.
Yeah,
So where is the
like,
worm going?
Did you read the papers?
Oh, that's a
Haven't
good
exactly
idea.
had a spare moment to read the papers yet.
Right
it's
now.
gonna take you some time to sort through them, so that may be something you need to do once you
Later.
have because you did just blow up a worm and you're in an ice cave full of dudes who worship it.
Yeah, we should probably go, but I'd like to grab something from the scrap to
Okay.
prove that it's gone now.
Good call.
Yeah, you can have like its eyes.
Can I get one of the laser eyes?
Yes, you got one of the laser eyes.
The hole at the back of the cave, the one it seems that the worm was coming out of, is it cleared? Can we go that way?
It's not completely cleared because there's parts of the worm in it, but it's cleared enough where you could fit through there and take it.
Do you think it's an exit? I feel
I
like
mean,
if
it
we
was
go
getting
back
down to the bottom of the mountain somehow, right?
It definitely
Right.
goes somewhere.
and if we go that way, the little one got very real bad that we blew their thing up or whatever. We should go out the back door.
Yeah, probably. I mean, those guys were strangely very, very nice and welcoming, but I don't think that way will last anymore.
I think they're going to be very sad when they find out their god is no longer immortal.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for worshiping a false god.
Hey, now.
Classic paladin.
Well, what we're waiting for? Tisla starts running for the exit because she knows the little ones will be coming soon.
Yeah, so this is a kind of long, narrow cave that you can tell this worm carved out itself. It came up and down it many times, and eventually it does come out on the kind of the back side of the mountain. And it is a little lower down than where you first started, so y'all would very easily be able to kind of like make your way down and then back to the village if that's what you want to do.
I think so. I could use a fire. It's cold. And my
Yeah.
bones need a rest.
Unless there's any other way that this cave sort of leads along the way.
Nope,
Oh.
just it's like very, very straight and very much carved by the worm. Like you can tell, like it dug its own little like burrow basically to where it was at.
Was there anything else in the room where the worm was in?
No.
Oh, it was just like a place that held it because it was just like a machine, right? Yeah.
What was its purpose if it was only going between this place and the base? And if it was taking people, where was it taking them? If not through this cave.
It didn't say it was taken to people's anywhere. It said that they were there, that the people had arrived. They are all here, and the project is ready.
The people, you know, who were telling us to find this worm in the first place were saying that people were getting eaten.
I see. And they hadn't come back. You're right.
Yeah. To clarify on that, Carvo said that they sent people after the worm, and those people never came back.
Well, no wonder, because the big, you know, monstrous
Were there
mechanical
bodies that we saw anywhere?
Mm-mm.
I feel like we should ask this Vernevolence some more questions, but I don't know if they're gonna listen.
That probably.
Okay. Well, we only have a few options, which is to go back and tell them that we did the thing and we killed the thing. They're all here and the project's ready. Time to enter the sequence. Did he give us any details about, like, did they all go missing at one time? Was it waves of people that went missing?
They sent out a hunting party, and that party never came back.
So why
whatever
did they send out
happened
a
to
hunting
the-
party? Like that assumes that the worm was causing some havoc beforehand, right?
Yeah, because it was leaving trails like near the village, and they had seen like it like in the darkness, like moving through the night and things like that. So
Yeah.
they sent
They
a
assumed
party
it
of
was
hunters
there.
after it. They're like, okay, we don't need a giant worm like prowling outside our village, so they sent a hunting party after it, and they never came back.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like no one has been inside this worm in way longer, and that recording must have been years ago, right?
Everything seemed very old in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it seemed like that was a long time ago, and I can't even fathom what was going on in that recording. But there's a bajillion and one things that could have happened to that hunting party. They could have met a bear or an avalanche or fallen in a ravine. I mean, the thing is, we did what Carvos asked, and the worm won't be a problem anymore. And maybe it never was, but at least we can get to the old master and you know, at least Carvos, he'll be happy, I think.
Yes, maybe the old master will have some answers.
I mean, we can rightfully assume that his peoples just didn't make it past the glowing eyes and, you know, the twirling, spinning, flesh-grinding mouth.
I mean, it doesn't look like anyone died here, though.
That's because they nibbled them up to little meatsy bits. Was nothing left of them.
I'm not really concerned about what happened to them at this point.
Me neither. I'm with her. I say we go back down the mountain, we find ourselves a fire, we look through these papers, and we still got some questions to ask you, Missy.
It's a long walk down.
You just want to stay here for the night, worried that the little ones are going to eat us in our sleep?
Oh no, we're going as far as how dark is it?
It is
like-
basically nighttime at this point. The sun is like setting over the horizon.
We can't
Let's
travel
make
at
it-
night. Suicide.
Let's just make it a little deeper into the cave so the Vernevolence can't get to us and make camp, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, how far have we been following this tail cave?
It probably takes you like 10 or 15 minutes of just walking to get down it, and then it takes you to the outside of the mountain. Kind of on the opposite side from where you'll enter.
Okay, we should probably move away from here because those Verneblins are wily once they're angry, and we're not going to want to be caught, you know, right outside of this cave. We should probably find a place for cover fast before the sun sets and make camp.
Human,
Hmm?
can you navigate us into, a good place where we can keep some camp?
Okay.
Make me a survival check, human.
13.
Perfect. Alrighty. Yeah, you find like a nice little kind of spot between some rocks and things like that where you could probably make like a fire and not really draw much attention.
I found this place. And look, ready? And he puts his hands on the ice and then lifts his hands up and there's a fire.
You magical little wolf.
Oh, I am.
Tizzle like runs over and like tries to warm herself. She's like needs some sleep. She's a tired and worn out little dwarf.
Yeah, so I feel like y'all would all sleep better tonight than y'all did the previous night.
You guys can
Being
sleep
very
here
worn
with
out
the
from fighting a
fire.
machine worm.
I take first watch.
Cool. Yeah, so y'all sleep through the night, do your watches, all that kind of thing. Probably set up pretty early, not wanting to stay. Like, as soon as light hits, probably like, let's get out of here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, so y'all trudge your way back to the village, yet again getting a montage of human romping through the snow, anyone running through his footprints. And as you kind of arrive back at the village, a couple people have come out, kind of watching you arriving, and you see Carvos there as well. And when you're close enough to hear him, he goes, "Well,
Hello.
We killed. It's dead.
I,
He'll
sh-
walk
I, sh-
up
I,
and-
I show him the eyeball.
yeah." He walks up and takes it, and kind of looks at it a minute, and then kind of nods. He says, "Well then, you're a bit stronger than I thought you were.
Was
Did
there
you
a
assume you were
question?
gonna die?
I wasn't necessarily hoping you would die, but, only the strongest are allowed to see the old master, but looks like you're worthy after all."
Yeah, I mean, if that weren't clear by the fact that he saved us.
The worthy have no reason to fear tests, young one, young paladin.
So when can we see him? Because, we're kind of in a rush.
At first light tomorrow, I'll take you to the old master.
What are we gonna do today?
At this point, it would be later in the afternoon because it takes about a day to get from the mountain
Oh, okay.
down
Oh.
and back to the village.
I have an idea. Alethea, tell us how you're in the air.
Oh,
Mhm.
right. Well, I have a question before that. So, you don't know that this here worm was not really a worm, right? That this
What do you
this
mean?
thing- what I mean is it had no innards. It wasn't a real living thing. It was built by something else.
That's strange.
Have you
I-
ever heard of something like this? Anybody ever live up in these mountains here that would do something like that?
I can only think of one person or one people to blame for that.
Well, now let's not go pointing fingers, but who would it be?
Well, the Iron Nation. They're the ones that build machines.
But why would they build a giant, scary monster and then leave it up in an ice cave to slumber so a bunch of little people can worship it?
I don't know. All I know is my village is safer now. That's all I care about.
Well, you don't ask enough questions, friend. Speaking of questions, can we get ourselves a little
Yeah?
place out the way?
Of course. And before you think I don't ask enough questions, my questions I ask are, do we have enough food to eat tomorrow? Who's going to die of hypothermia next? Questions like that.
These are important questions. But when your peoples go missing because a monster ate them, man wants to know as much as possible about the monster. I'm just being transparent.
Fair enough. I'll take you to the old master in the morning. In the meantime, you can use the same hut you used last night.
Are you hungry?
Who are you asking?
Carvos, are you hungry?
Not at the moment.
Do you have hungry friends?
Always.
Oh,
Me.
okay. And he reaches down and pulls out a stick and then holds it and then he pulls the stick out and these berries start to grow on it and he says, "Here you go. Those berries. But only one each."
That's a nice trick.
I know. Trust me, one each. One time I ate the whole branch. Bad news.
Noted. Thank you.
Okay. Eat them quick.
Okay,
Anyway,
yeah, so you guys can go back to your hut if you want, discuss anything you want, and then when y'all ready, turn in.
Miss Olivia.
Yeah. What?
Story
what?
time.
Excuse me.
Story time?
So-
Remember how I told everyone that I was a wolf?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's your turn to tell us about you being a wolf.
I've never been a wolf. I'm sorry. What exactly is this? What
You've been
are
an
we?
heir. What's that about?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, good question.
I mean, you guys are acting as if I know
Mhm.
anything about what
No.
kind of
No,
crazy.
Okay.
What we're
I'm-
asking,
My best friend Wes asked you a question about your dad's name, though.
it's truth.
My dad was a baker. My mom made swords.
My dad was a
Your
wolf,
parents do.
and my mom was a wolf.
Yeah. No, my dad, Basil, my papa, he was, it's, he works for the Magic Kingdom in the Wizard's Tower.
Still right now.
I mean, it's been a couple of years since I saw him last.
Mhm.
Several decade maybe. We didn't exactly separate on the best of terms. Maybe.
Oh.
What about your mother?
Oh, I'm sorry. What about her?
You haven't talked about her. You know, there's a second part to making babies and all that jazz.
You know, I don't really have many I left home really early, really young. You know, finding my own calling in life, and I just there's not a lot that I remember about my mom.
Where was home?
I mean, I stayed in the Wizard Tower with my father.
And
I mean, the
before
same
that?
one we just was looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Did
So
your
you-
mom stay in the Wizard Tower too?
Don't know.
Alethea, what do you know about your mother?
I mean, I remember that Papa always spoke very fondly of her, and when he wasn't talking about work, at least.
He didn't happen
And
to
I
ever
think-
call her queen, did he?
I don't think so.
Your dad though, was he ever, I don't know, involved in making giant worm monsters out of metal?
No. He was more interested in biological functions.
Like having babies with the queen?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's okay to not know.
There's no judgment here. We're just trying to figure it out because if you are, in fact, the daughter of the queen, well, that's a pretty big deal.
Well, I can't say for sure one way or another because I can't remember. But it seems like that's a pretty important piece of information that one would know about themselves, right?
Right.
I mean, not everyone knows, who their parents were, everything about them. I mean, I grew up around the church. A lot of the paladins who I trained with were orphans who never really knew their parents. I mean, I knew one guy who went his entire life not actually knowing who his parents were at all. And then when he was about 13, a man came up to him on the street and just looked at him and looked him in the eyes, and he just knew that was his son, that the woman that he had loved had just never told him, and sometimes, parents have the reasons for lying and hiding things from their kids, but there's something that, you can, you have to want to find out, don't you?
Yeah,
I don't.
look at Tisla.
It doesn't change anything about who you are, like that guy, he went on to continue trying to be a paladin and fighting and serving the kingdom, and now he's a brave soldier. It doesn't change who you are. It just opened up opportunities. He had the chance to actually get to know him more, and he got to know more about himself.
I don't have the answers
It's all
that
right.
you're looking for.
That's
I don't
okay.
know. I
That's
don't know.
okay.
It's okay, but and not to scare you or anything like that. But you did in fact, your eyeball opened the worm. Okay, so there is something very important about this, and we should be aware that you might actually, in fact, be might actually be an heir. It's kind of exciting.
Pretty cool, I think.
Well, I'd say so.
You know
You
what
used the
else?
eyeball to open up a beast.
You know what else it means?
What else?
It means that Anna is your sister.
You have a sister. Now, how's that feel?
Gross.
That's a weird word to say.
Oh,
Well,
Siblings are great.
I had like 10 of them.
I don't have any of them.
Mine were wolves.
You've got a sister out there somewhere who's probably looking for you.
and who we'll probably find if our dreams and fate and all of these things that are coming together and forcing us to play their sick, twisted game.
What if Anna's a super wizard and she's the one doing the dream stuff and you're a super wizard? Wait a minute.
No.
That makes sense.
Wait, I'm sorry. You think I'm a wizard?
What?
Is that what you said, human?
Yeah, you could be a wizard.
Well, you could.
I've never done magic in my entire life.
You shoot things from your fingers.
That's different. That's
How?
This happened in an accident. It was an accident.
Well,
It was an accident.
Was it a magical accident?
It was an accident.
What kind
Can
of
you-
accident?
There was an accident. There was an accident.
I'm sorry. It's okay. Did the accident leave you with other powers?
Like super wizard powers?
And Alethea is curling up and going to bed in shock now.
It's okay. It's all right. Shh.
Sleep on it.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna do something.
Oh no.
Everyone lay down.
Human,
Yeah.
usually,
Mhm.
you take me out for a drink first.
What?
Never mind, I'll just lay down.
Okay.
Wesley kneels down to pray before he goes into bed, and he is praying for Alethea.
And Human
say-
just stands there looking at you.
Tisla gets near her, but not like in her space, and just kind of puts her hand out and tries to hold Alethea's hand if she wants it, while they go to bed.
Okay. Everyone, I'm gonna touch you on the head. It's okay. So for flavor, before we wrap up here, Jack, so I am a Circle of Dreams druid, and the lore for them reads that they want to fill the world with dreamy wonder. And so I have an ability called, I think it's like Balm of the Summer Court. So I go over to every person, and I spend my Fey energy, which is actually 1d6 of healing to each person, but I want to give them sweet dreams.
Oh, cool.
Tisla dreams of finding rock candy. That's her favorite thing.
Yay.
So Wesley, you heal 2 hit points. Tisla heals 4, and last Alethea heals 1. But you all have nice dreams.
Okay, so Tisla dreams of rock candy. What is Wes and Alethea dream of?
West dreams of music.
Nice.
I dream of being with my papa again.
Oh. And with
What a
that big
sweet
"oh" moment, that's where we'll wrap up this week.
Oh, good. Not a cliffhanger of death.
Yay.
Oh,
Oh, that reminds me.
Look at these adorable little
see
bees.
best
Yes,
friends.
Oh.
That's Friends Club.
Team Best Friends Club. This
We
is
did.
like
We had a lot of best friend club moments tonight.
this is like playing in a hug.
Can you ship 4 people at once? Because I feel like
Yeah, I don't see why not.
There's a ship somewhere with all 4 of us on it.
I don't
Well,
see
It's just a
why not.
platonic ship.
It's
Yeah.
just a platonic
Perfect.
It's a
It
friendship.
sails on a platonic ocean.
It's a
friendship.
friendship.
It's a friendship that sails on a platonic ocean.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, Lord.
Steering that friendship into safe harbors, Jack, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what'd you think of this episode?
Hey guys, my name is Jack. I go by JackoBuddy on the internet, on Twitter, DMs Guild, Patreon, all those different exciting places where I do a lot of tabletop RPG content. I am a writer, and then I do some streaming content as well. I stream Tuesday nights on the Reliant Games channel. Wednesdays this month, I am on Little Red Dot's channel for our Anchorman game, Legend of the Anchorman, which next week is the finale, and I'm super excited. And then Thursday nights, I'm right here running Island in the Sky, which is the friendship game, and I love it. And I thought tonight was super fun and real exciting. There's a lot of really big reveals, like machine worms and interesting things like that. I like that, I've never been a fan of like filler in shows and things like that, and so I never do that. And one of my favorite things to do is to make an episode that almost kind of sounds like a little filler adventure, like let's go fight a worm so we can go see the guy we need to see to save the world. But then it's like, oh, surprise, look at all this plot. Look at this big plot bomb waiting for you, almost literally, because it blew up. So I thought this was really fun. I love the way these characters are going, as always. And I like that y'all have, some of y'all's guesses are right, and some of y'all's guesses are way dead wrong. And that is what makes it lots of fun, because everything's going to come together in this game. Because we're now over a third, because this is episode 5 out of 13.
Right, yeah.
5 out of 13. So we are over a third, and we are diving in deep even more next week as we go see the old master.
Fantastic. Yeah, I am excited for this. This is interesting. That was a huge plot bomb.
Yeah.
And speaking of this plot bomb, let's jump over to Kenny. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what do you think of today's episode?
I don't even know who I am anymore. No, I'm Kenny Hill. You can find me almost anywhere on the internet as Kenny Hill. And wow, it's fun because it's fun playing a neurotic, kind of closed off character who's slowly opening up to the party through these different things that keep happening. So I'm having a blast, and like Best Friends Club is best club, and I don't want to think that it's already like a third over. It's just it hurts.
That's true. Let's jump to our sweet little college bean. Speedy, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what do you think of today's episode?
Hello, I'm very happy. This game is very sweet, and this very happy, not cliffhanger ending to today's episode just has me smiling a lot. I love Team Best Friends Club, and also this episode was really fun, and we learned a lot. And now I'm super confused and concerned. But like all of those confused, like desperate to learn more about the lore, feelings are put aside by the wholesome happiness that is this group. And the group hugs, and Alethea holding Tisla's hand, and everyone being super nice to each other because we're all good friends.
Oh,
As for me, I am Speedy. You can find me online everywhere as Not So Speedruns. I stream indie games and some tabletop games sometimes, although not that often anymore. You can find me over on the Cast Together channel as well, and that community. It's a community of streamers dedicated to helping end the stigma around mental illness, and super awesome community. We've been raising money all month long for Crisis Text Line, which is a super awesome cause. Saturdays, we're doing community games. We did Jackbox last week and probably new Jackbox 5 this week. And raising money and just having a bunch of laughs with friends. Yeah, so follow Not So Speedruns, follow Cast Together. And I'll see you guys next week.
Hell yeah! Also doing a bunch of things on a bunch of different channels. Let's jump over to Dot. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of today's episode?
Today's episode was awesome. Super best friends, fun times. I had all the hearts and the loves. Yes, you can find me online at Little Red Dot pretty much everywhere. I have amped up my YouTube over the last week, so if you have been missing the live shows, no worries. They're now a VOD that you can go check out. I'm kind of slow, but it's cool. I'm making it happen. So there's things there. Go check it out. Yeah, I play a lot of tabletop RPGs on a lot of really awesome networks, just like this one. And I have started writing and releasing more content, so you can check out everything that I do and all the incredible channels with all the amazing peoples on my Twitter, where I keep a schedule. And I have recently started launching a monthly series called Monthly Indies, and that kicks up next month with the brand new indie game called Capers, where we'll be doing 4-episode campaigns, nice and short. I'm very excited about it. And Jack is actually the first, was, like you said, he's part of the Anchorman series, which is kind of a test run of that this month. So doing good. I'm excited. Yeah.
Sweet. Speaking of friends helping friends, guys, we have sponsors this season. We have 2 sponsors for this show. Sponsor number 1 is Reliant Games for all your podcast creation needs. You can follow Reliant Games on Twitter. Also, they have a Twitch as well. It is run and operated by Jacobuddy here, and they play games on their Twitch. And they're making this game into a podcast. They can make other podcasts, all kinds of cool stuff. So definitely check those guys out. Hit them up for all their podcast needs. And the second one is, of course, the Dice of Rolling. It is a custom set, not a custom set, sorry, it's a complete set of polyhedral dice with optimized quantities and all kinds of fun colors for D&D 5e. Go check them out. It is super awesome. Great for new players to D&D 5e. So snatch them up because Christmas is right around the corner, as all of the convenience stores would have you believe, because they have all the Christmas stuff out. Buy them for your players while you can, and get them out there to those guys in their stocking stuffers. And last but not least, before we get out of here and host somebody, we have a new Patreon. We are, I think, like $13 away from hitting our first goal.
Oh, come on. 13 bucks.
Yeah,
Somebody out there's got 13 bucks.
It's pretty damn sweet. So yeah, we just launched a Patreon. That goes towards funding the show, and the later goal is to pay the GMs and pay the players for all the hard work they put into showing up every week and doing all kinds of fun stuff, and all the prep and all the extra stuff and all that fun stuff. So guys, go check out that Patreon. And yeah, let's go raid somebody. Let's see who's on right now. Bub, probably Bub.
Yeah, Bub's on. He was playing earlier.
I think he's doing some stuff. He's doing some Bubba stuff, I would imagine.
He is.
If I didn't say it before, I'm on his channel on Mondays playing Shadowrun, and it's a lot of fun.
Bubba is one of my favorite people in the whole world. If you just, I need to put that out there for the universe to know.
Yes, he's a good being.
He's like one of the most incredible humans you'll ever meet.
He is one of the best beans. He is for sure.
He's a top bean.
He's the secret fifth member of the Super Best Friends Club.
The Best Friends Club. He doesn't even know it.
A top level legume.
Yep. All right, guys.
Watching Bub's channel is just like a nice warm hug.
That's true.
Yeah, it's just joy.
It's true. All right, guys. From all of us to you. Bye bye.